As ready as you ever are. Oh, hey, look at that. It's burrito o'clock. That means it's time for Comic Burrito. Nope. A live stream. I'm Todd.
I'm Nick.
And this is Comic Burrito, a live stream.
Yeah.
What up? How's it going?
It's going good. You?
Pretty good.
I feel like it's the end of a week or something.
It does feel very end of weeky. If I had to say so. Yeah. So, what you been reading?
I've been reading a lot, and we haven't been getting to this week in comics and stuff. So I feel like I've fallen behind. It's like allowed me to fall behind and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then I get like a bunch of new stuff, but then I also organized a bunch of books. So I have a whole bunch of series that are completed that I'm either wanting to reread or read for the first time. And that's just, I went to work once with my comic bag and I thought the strap was going to break off because there's no way that I could read a quarter of the books that I had with me. It was so heavy. Classic. And I'm like, what am I doing? So I have to slow down a little bit. But it's also been kind of fun just bouncing around, reading whatever.
I've been enjoying that too, without the stressors of trying to read this week's stuff and getting to fall behind and then catch up and all that stuff.
Yeah.
This saga book is quite something.
Oh yeah, I heard of that one.
Yeah, that one. Detective Comics. I finally caught up and finished the 12-parter. That was cool.
That's the one that's all 12, right?
Yeah, I finally caught up because I've been behind.
So I need to
off of it for a while.
When was the last one of the 12? Was that this week?
No, it was last month.
Last month. So I need 5 months so that I can just binge that.
You can just go right through it.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's been nice. I've gotten a lot of trades in. I went through the annotated Sandman, which was really cool. It's neat to get the little insight. It's the one with the insights on the side and all that. Right. That was cool. And then I also, what was the other one? I forget. But yeah, it's been nice going through trades.
I started Grass Kings. Matt Kent.
Yeah.
And, Tyler
Jenkins.
That's the one. Yeah. First of all, the quality of Boom of that. It wasn't that long ago, but the books, I'm pulling them out and it's like heavy cardstock cover.
That was a couple of years ago, wasn't it?
I think it was like, let me see. I got some right here. Here's number 7 because I read the first arc. But 2017 is the date on the back.
Yeah. All right. So,
but they are. I mean, they're just like they're not very floppy.
It's funny how that works out. Early on, it's all like this, and Boom still does really good stuff, like that new Vampire Slayer with the foil and magic and stuff.
Man, but if I bought one of these days, it would be like $5.99 or something.
Yeah, you'd think it was a bad idea.
This is they were $3.99, but I like it. It's cool.
Hey, that seems like a good reread. I haven't read that in a long time. I should go back to it. I remember liking it a lot.
Yeah.
You know what's something we probably should go back to?
No.
One of our very first early guests had this crazy fucking comic that had to do with like a killer monkey or something.
Yes, that's what it was. It was a killer monkey.
Definitely a killer monkey. We should see if we can get any updates on what's going on with that.
On the Killer Monkey book.
Yeah, let's see if we yes. Oh hey!
For the record, I think all monkeys are killer monkeys. It just depends on how much you piss them off.
Sure, no, that's
right.
That's
fair. It's totally up to you whether or not they're killer monkeys or not. So just be aware if you're ever hanging out with monkeys. They're all killer monkeys. It's just
the potential is there.
Yeah,
it's how cool do you play it? You know, how cool are you guys at that particular moment?
Probably not very. I don't know. I'd be too excited because like it's the whole like chimp face ripping off thing is a thing, but also I really want to play with a chimp.
It's a double-edged sword.
Yeah.
You know, if you play with them, just be cool, like respect it.
I just probably won't.
Like just don't cheat at card games.
Right? Yeah.
Rule number one.
Yeah.
Just don't cheat.
Yeah, keep it cool, man. Keep it cool. So yeah, it's been a minute since you've been on. It's great to see you. I don't know if you noticed babyface Manny in your intro. It's amazing how much you've aged since then.
It's been a long year and a half, dude. You have no idea.
You look exactly the same.
No, I think Nick got younger. Isn't Nick progressively getting younger?
He did start running since then.
Yeah.
He's de-aged himself at least a year.
A little bit, yeah, it's helped. And but
his knees are 5 years older.
Oh, they're so much older. I'm wearing a knee brace right now. That is menthol infused for a cooling action.
Nicotine.
Do you have is it patella tendonitis?
I don't know what that is.
Patella tendonitis. Well, you're a runner, right? So is it like right on the front part of your knee, like right below the patella? Like there's like a tendon that connects the patella.
Yeah, like kind of towards the middle a little.
Yeah. You just got to you know how you fix that from running?
Don't run.
Stay off it.
Yeah.
I did that for 4 days and it didn't help.
No, it's like 2 to 4 weeks.
It's gonna have to be a while, right?
Yeah. I used to run triathlons. And patella tendonitis. It takes people out, man. It takes people out. And after that 4 weeks, bro, you're gonna come back and you're gonna do like a 4-miler, and it's just gonna be brutal, but
yeah,
it's worth it. But anyway, good luck to your knee, man.
It's doing a lot better now.
Ice is good. Ice helps, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And the Bengay, you're using the Bengay.
It's like if it's just like right when it's straight and starts to bend is where it hurts.
Yeah.
But then everything else is good.
Hamstring stretches. Do you do a lot of hamstring stretches?
No, I don't do a lot of stretching.
Yeah.
That doesn't sound like Nick.
Patella tendonitis.
I don't do a lot of stretching.
I'm no physical therapist. I'm no doctor, but
he'll spend a half hour figuring out his shoes, but he won't spend 5 minutes stretching. Come on.
Good. Well, although I do some planks. I do some planks beforehand. So
nah, it's the hamstring stretches on that patella. That's what you need to do.
Manny is actually this version that we're seeing is being controlled by a sentient gorilla off screen.
I do have a gorilla outfit. It's just too hot. It's actually like
I'm not in my human outfit right now. I have a gorilla outfit.
Sure.
I did. Did I ever show you guys that mockumentary I did where I was dressed up like the gorilla? Maybe.
Yeah, dressed up as a gorilla. You're just doing the reverse.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, you can't fool us.
Is that on YouTube? Is that on YouTube?
Yeah, you should drop that link.
Yeah, it's on YouTube. It's in I have like 3 videos on YouTube. So if you go to my YouTube channel, it's there.
Perfect.
There's that and like a trailer that I made. But what up, Eliza Bar? Yeah, he's been a big supporter of El KRUDO. So
never click over to the chat.
As everyone should be. There's a link in the description. If you already know Manny's dope and El KRUDO's dope, you can get right to it before we try to convince you.
Yeah, it's pretty dope. We're having a good time.
I'll do some stretches.
It's the hammy. You got to do the hammy where you cross the legs and then you bend forward. You got to stretch out that hammy and then you switch.
I'll do that.
Yeah, I know. I used to have knee troubles, dude. I feel you. It's like super hard to recover from knee troubles. So
I'll do that.
What's up,
dude? I came to drink some beers and talk some trash and talk about comics, dude.
Let's do it. So let's talk El KRUDO for at least a minute. So
you don't want to go straight to hot sauce? I think last time we just got drunk and talked hot sauce for like an hour.
It's super possible. So El Crudo, we're in issue 5 for this one.
We are.
Which means I'm assuming it's the follow-up to number 4.
Sequentially, yeah.
Nice.
Sequentially.
Cool. Sweet.
Yeah, I can talk about it a little.
What's in store for our favorite orangutan this time around?
Well, that's the thing about El Crudos. You never quite know, right? you think you know, but we try to mix it up. This is probably our straightest book yet, in terms of like, if anybody picks up a book and they read the elevator pitch that says he's an orangutan raised by the United States Marine Corps that gets dropped into the Vietnam War, like that kind of like triggers a whole lot of things, and you think you know what's going to happen. Most of El Crudos is not doesn't fall along those initial thoughts, but El Crudo 5 is actually probably our closest to what you might expect from an orangutan in Vietnam. It takes place right after El Crudo 4. El Crudo 4 is essentially El Crudo like burns down an opium farm, and then the Viet Cong goes to check it out, and then it leaves with a small little handful of troops just doing like a peripheral sweep because they think there's some Americans out in the jungle, but there's not. There's not. It's an orangutan. It's an orangutan. But they don't know that. So that's El Crudo 5, and a couple other stuff mixed in, and we try to have fun with it. And so if you were to guess an orangutan in Vietnam, what's that story? El Crudo 5 is probably the closest you're ever going to come to what you might anticipate a military orangutan in the jungle.
I'd picture a banana railgun.
We're getting there. We
got to get out of Vietnam for that one, though. We got to proceed. We got to get later in the timeline.
There's some heavy artillery, not artillery, but some more big guns coming later in the issues if we can get there. I mean, I'm funding them one at a time, so
hey, it's the best.
We're working on
it. Which this is already funded, so
it is. Yeah.
Whoever wants to get in on it, you're just gonna get it. There's no oh no, I hope that it happens. It's gonna happen. Also,
yeah,
Manny has a history of getting that shit out. So
totally,
There's
also
whether
you like it or not, it's coming.
Yeah, it's just gonna happen. If you're watching this, it's just gonna show up on your doorstep.
Well, all the art's 100% done. So I kind of have this thing about crowdfunding where it's like,
real pretty.
I hate asking people for money and not being sure. Cause I don't know if you've been in some creative endeavors, right? You never really know till the end, how things are going to go. So it's like, I don't want to ask for people for money, their hard-earned money and their time and everything. If I'm not 100% sure that it's actually going to happen. So I kind of wait until I know I can overcome any obstacles, because you never freaking know. I've had a couple scares, over the last few books, and so I only will launch the campaigns when we're at a point where I feel really confident that it's going to get done. So the art's 100% done. I sent my last edits to the letterer a couple days ago. I just bought the UPC or the UPC code and the ISBN number today.
Nice.
Getting it all lined up, and we'll be going to print here. I'm just working with a couple different printers this time, but it's coming for sure. So art's ready to go. It's coming.
And the art is, it just keeps getting better. It's always been really good, but I swear it gets better. Maybe it's because it's been a time since I read it, and then you read another issue and you're like, wow, it's fucking, because in your brain you're like, orangutan military book, it's got to be just slapdash. And then you open up El Crudo, it's like, oh damn, this is on point and just fucking tight. It is so good. And some of the splash pages and the way I love it every time. It's always fun. It's both fun and gorgeous.
This book it's a really good looking book. It's a good looking book, and in terms of craftsmanship, it's a tight book. It's front to back, it's clean. It's probably our cleanest book. I mean, this is our 5th book. I've been doing this for 3.5 years, so we've learned a lot. We've learned so much, and so it's kind of coming to fruition now, where it's like we kind of not understand, but we're learning how we can like work within the page panel layout, you know, a lot more. And I think
kind of hitting a rhythm together.
Yeah, I think we're getting better.
Like, I love
I think we're getting better at making comic books, essentially.
Yeah.
So it's a good looking book for sure. Now the story, I'm always super nervous about the writing, right? Because that's
favorite one right there.
Look at that! It's so fucking cool. Oh, it's wonderful.
Yeah. So we're having a lot of fun with it. I think the quality of the book is up there with just about any other. I don't know if there's a better quality comic book. I think it's just tight. I think it's a tight book. But again, it's the story, right? It's the content. Will people like the content? I never freaking know, man. Right? Because we're making such a weird book. I don't know if people are going to dig it or not. I'm always super nervous before I publish something. So we'll see what happens.
Now people are going to dig it. Look at this water effect. Look at that.
Yeah, German. That's so German Nobile. German Nobile, Argentinian. He's a pro. I might have mentioned him before, but we've been working together for a couple years now. And he's worked with, his claim to fame was he did this series called God is Dead for Avatar Press, and Alan Moore and Kieran Gillian wrote some of those issues.
Nice.
So his covers are actually on Alan Moore's books. Anyway, so
that's cool.
Yeah, German's legit. Like he's the color guy. He's absolutely crushing it.
And the story's awesome. I know you're gonna always. You make everything I make is garbage. That's just how I feel. Like it's not good enough. But it's both fun, intense, and I feel like I'm learning a little bit. But I try not to think that that's true, because it's very entertaining, and it is like it's a good time. It's just a good time. It's much deeper than you'd ever expect orangutan military in Vietnam to be. And it's great. I love it. Like, of course.
You're like the only, it's like me, you, and Rick, the letterer, have read it. Like, not even Andres or not even the other artists have read it. So
really?
Oh, really?
You're like one of 3 people that have read it.
Oh, shit. That's nuts.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, it's really cool.
Well, I don't know if you got a chance to read it, but I wanted to get it out to you because
I did, but then I had family stuff, which I haven't. It's fine, but I did read it.
I don't have an editor.
I got to check it out.
Oh, you checked it out too?
So, yeah.
I don't have an editor because like I can't imagine like submitting stuff to anybody and like I don't know, like I'm just making a monkey book. Like I don't want to submit it to anybody anyway. So it's nice to get a second pair of eyes. So I do appreciate it.
What up, Andrew?
Yeah. Yes. Thanks for your support. I appreciate it.
Way to go, Flash Ray. No, that's cool. I didn't know I was in such. I would have given my notes sooner, but we had big family things happen.
No, you know who I normally who I really trust in like the indie comic scene is Graphic Vandalism, Johnny Alpha, aka Chris. Mm-hmm. Like that guy, aka I don't want to talk to him, but
yeah, that's great.
Like that guy, we've talked about comics before. And I get his sensibility. He gets my sensibility. The last couple ones I've run it by him. I'm like, hey, what do you think? Because he reads everything. He's read absolutely every crazy, esoteric indie comic out there. Mm-hmm. I take every one of his recommendations. So I usually run it by him. He's having health issues. So like I haven't.
Oh no!
Time, but
is that why they haven't been around? That's
I don't know if I should say that, but
That's okay. I mean, all it is love and support.
Yeah, I wasn't able to. Yeah, love that guy. Guy. But I wasn't able to reach out to him this time around. And I know that you read tons too, and you like the digital too.
I do.
So I know that I didn't have to send you a floppy.
Yeah, no, it's fine.
Actually read it.
Yeah. No. So it's great. It's all around amazing. And if you've liked 1 through 4, easy peasy pickup. And then if you haven't gotten in on the train, what the fuck? Like,
what is there a catch-up tier?
Yeah.
There's a catch-up tier.
The
catch-up tier is $30.
It's a starter pack.
We got the EK starter pack. So
there you go.
We're trying to make things affordable. Like
that's $30 for physical.
Yeah, and digital.
Damn.
And digital, and anybody that's new to EK, if you don't already have an EK can koozie, You're getting one. We're sending
what
them.
up?
We made a bunch of them. like on EK4, we made a bunch. So
is it like what's holding up your bed? It's just
it's just KRUDO. I never run out.
Cozies.
Honestly, for me, they're disposable. Like I use it one time and I throw it away.
Yeah, it just goes with the can.
Yeah, fuck it.
You keep trying to return them, but it can't because there's a koozie on it. Yeah. It looks like there's EK stickers too on here.
Oh, yeah, man. You know, I found this this sticker guy. I couldn't find any positive reviews on it.
I can't find one.
No. I mean, it's a shady character, but you know, it's like one of those back alley street deals. It's like you're either gonna get the best Coke of your life, or you know, you're gonna get whatever.
Well, it's talcum powder.
You're gonna lose a kidney.
I don't know if is this family? No, it's not family friendly.
It is not. Go for it.
Okay, perfect. Yeah. So yeah, we found a sticker guy, dude. Something like faithless. You know, I have no faith in him.
Yeah,
I'm starting to get some faith. I'll tell you that. They came out dope. They came out dope.
Oh, it's Todd.
What? Oh shit! I think I did do that.
Oh,
and I also sent that really good Coke.
Honestly,
USPS is the way to go.
Hey, you got a lot of skills. Like that's
you do what you got to do.
They came out great. Honestly, stickers came out great. I got those stickers. I got another set that I'll be sending out.
Do you have them to show?
I do. I
was like, I have them in. I have a big pile of like, because there's always an odd number, and I always keep a couple for myself for like future times because I think it's fun. I'll stick them on something randomly.
You got to keep like a portfolio.
No, I do. I literally do. Yeah, it's so cool. Nice. It's the background image.
So if you've read KRUDO, any of them, you know that like on the back. I kind of have a theme on the back cover where we'll do like this little white drawing of just like a rough EK doing different stuff. So I did that for the first 4. Now I'm gonna do pixel art. So for the next 4, I'm gonna do pixel art of different KRUDO stuff. So I got this pixel art commissioned. It was commissioned for like $20. But I really liked how it came out like a monster. You know, it kind of doesn't even look like a orangutan. It's kind of like a monster. So
no, but
that's on the back of EK. That's the back cover. And
you ever play Rampage?
Oh yeah,
it seems like it's like a sprite from Rampage, which I love.
Do you think I've ever been the lizard?
Yes.
On Rampage, how could you ever be the lizard? How could you ever be
on accident? Someone already picked
2-player.
Yeah, and you're stuck with the lizard, so you just break the controller and leave.
And you're the little brother.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. You have the Mad Catz controller that the fans don't work.
Right.
Yeah,
and it's not plugged in.
All right, for sure.
I got the one with the physical number 5 and digital 1 through 5. What up? There you go. You're all set.
Thank you so much for your support. Really appreciate it.
That's awesome. Way to go, Flash Rate. You're gonna fucking enjoy it. You'll love it, Andrew. It's great. And then where's the stretch goals at? We're at 2. So we just hit a stretch goal, right?
Yeah. The stretch goal is, so I set a really low stretch goal because I wanted to make sure that everybody got it. So with all the physicals, everybody's going to get an ash can. So about, what was it like 8 months ago? Yeah. About 8 months ago, I had an idea for a comic. I was like really getting into like the page panel format, and so I had an idea for a comic. So I made like this little 12-page short, and so everybody's gonna get that copy if they get a physical tier. So it's top secret.
Is it something that somebody may have gotten to see already?
Yeah, I probably sent one to you.
No, it's the ash can that you sent out.
Yeah, that little ash can. Yeah, everybody's
it's so fucking cool.
Yeah,
I loved it. It's easily my favorite ash can I've read because it's its own thing. It's not like here's like 4 pages and by number 1 now. It's just fucking rad and it's super cool. Awesome.
Yeah, it was one of those like it was an experiment. Like I don't really know how it's gonna go. with this new book. So I didn't want to like invest a lot of El KRUDO money into it because like I don't have a lot of El KRUDO money. So like I'm still riding off of EK4, right? I'm just riding off EK4. Like EK4 is funding EK5, etc. Like I'm just gonna keep this train moving.
Keep it going.
So I had like a little bit extra cash. EK4 was actually a little bit successful. I did a Kickstarter. I did an Indiegogo. Sold a bunch in stores. I sell some on my website and eBay. So I actually made a little bit of money off EK4. And so I put it all in EK5 and I invested a little bit into this new project. Dude. And we'll see. Like it's 12 pages. It's pretty rough, but I think it gets the idea across, the concept across. So
we'll that's rough. It's really cool. Yeah, it's really tight. I get your underselling, but like,
yeah, but it's not. I don't know how's it gonna go, right? Like, I don't know how it's gonna go.
Well, for this, it's just getting thrown into a Kickstarter. That's just fucking dope.
I know.
I think it's worth money to buy.
Well, we'll see.
So being thrown in as a stretch goal is fucking wild because I think it's something to be sold.
It's a sunk cost.
It's real.
It's a sunk cost, right? Because I didn't print a lot. I printed a very small print run, but I have all of the art, right? So it's not about like this run. It's like,
fair.
Yeah, yeah. Well, hey, being in the black in the indie comics, that's in like triple digits. We're talking triple digits. We're not talking. There's not a lot of commas in our El KRUDO bank account. But, there occasionally there's a comma.
Sometimes a comma shows up.
If I got a bill coming up, and I got to scrap something together, there's a comma. But that's temporary, generally temporary. But no, with this one, I don't know who the audience is. I don't know who's gonna like it. Like I don't know how to market it.
Comic
really,
people, because it's all over the place, man. If people read it and like comics, and there's not something in there for them. What comics do they like?
I don't know.
Who are these people?
Well, we'll see. Once it drops, so I can still use all that art, right? To do. And I have some other ones. I have some other ones that we made too. So that'll be in number 2. I don't want to say the name of the title. Sure. I kind of want it to be a surprise.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. Gotta keep something.
Yeah, you gotta have something up the sleeve.
Totally.
That's how you make the commas, you know.
Maybe I haven't made it yet, dude.
Keeping it in the sleeve.
You figure out how to make commas in indie comics, you let me know.
Okay. I'll get on it.
Got to start using hashtags and shit.
That's it. It's hashtags. That's the key. It's the key to commas is hashtags. So awesome. And then there's also a EK trading card coming with it now too.
I just got it. Dude, check this out. Dude, I just got the trading card. Let's see what I got. So I got a little trading card here.
Awesome.
Yeah. Dude, I was just kind of...
Is there stats on the back?
Yeah, there's stats. You want to see the stats?
Yeah. What's he most proficient in? What is that? I can't read it. What's the most proficient?
Let me read it to you. Okay.
Okay.
So strength, he's an 8.
8. I was gonna say 8. Yeah, totally. He's an 8.
Speed, 6.
6? Oh my god.
Not bad.
Yeah.
Patriotism, 9. Strong patriotism.
He is actively and wanting to fight in Vietnam.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's
a strong 9.
That's a 9 for sure.
Firm 9. Firm 9.
Yeah.
Rage is 6.
Yep.
Agility, 7.
7? Nice.
Strong numbers.
Yeah. Strong guy.
Sobriety, 2.
Nice.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Intelligence, 7. So honestly,
nice.
not bad. Not a bad. That's not a bad balance.
I love that patriotism is the big stat. Like if you're like making an RPG, like what stat should I put the most into? Patriotism.
No, he's a solid champion. He's a champion. His intelligence, I wouldn't put him in wizard category. His strength is not in barbarian category, and his sobriety is in dwarf category. So he's about as sober as a Scottish dwarf.
Oh man, El KRUDO as a D&D character would be incredible.
Yeah, there's a lot of potential with El KRUDO.
Yeah,
I like the character.
I love it.
got some legs.
I can't wait with patriotism at a 9. I can't wait for in the 90s for him to become like the Captain America of the US.
I do. If I ever get there, I do have a rough outline for a story arc. I have one issue that I wrote, but I have like a rough story arc for El Crudo in the 80s. It's he goes to Colombia. It's El Crudo the drug
much
wars.
coke. Yes. Perfect.
Yeah, we're getting there.
It ends with him just burnt out in Miami. I love it. That's awesome. I'm totally into it.
I gotta show you something now, dude. I gotta show you. I did some. We did some character design art for this. Do you mind if I show you some character design art for that concept?
No, please do.
All right, let me see what
I want to see 1980s KRUDO. Let's go. That's awesome.
Can I share my screen? Is that cool?
Yeah. Yes.
So this is him going through customs.
Oh my god!
He has a passport, and he's wearing like a
amazing.
Right? and you know, and so like you know, the customs guy looks at him, looks at the passport, looks at him, looks at the passport, stamps it. Bienvenidos.
Yep. That's amazing. That's perfect.
So,
I love it.
I don't know if we'll ever get there, but I just wanted to do.
We have to now.
For that, if you get to the 80s and you do a trading card, all of a sudden, like disguise is an 8.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. So yeah, we're having fun with it, man. We're having fun with it. We got plenty of ideas. It's just you know, got to get the word out without people supporting it. Like it's not,
so if this is issue 5, how many do you have a plan for this arc? As far as where you how obviously things can happen, but if you like your ideal, is this like a 6 or a 12 or?
Yeah, I'm leaning towards a 12. It was a 14, but dude, it's taken me like 9 months to make a book. If I go to 14, I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna have shit to do. Like, I'm not gonna be able to make any comics all night, you know. I'm gonna have kids, you know. Maybe I don't know. Maybe I'm not gonna have kids. I don't know, but you never know.
I hear kids just help you get stuff done, especially passion projects.
Yeah,
oh yeah.
It really helps.
Like you have all this extra time.
Yeah, because your kids are helping you with other things.
Right. Yeah, they help around the house and gives you more freedom.
Yep.
Yeah. So with this El Crudo arc, like it's all based off of a short story. Maybe I said this years ago, but maybe not. It's all based off of a short story that I wrote, and so it's got an arc. Like it's got a start to finish. Like I know how it's going to go. Like we got a pretty big mountain of material that we're working off of. So it was so then I had this story, and then I chunked it up when I wanted to make it into comics. I chunked it up into like different issues.
Mm-hmm.
Chunked it up into 14, but like honestly 14's too much. So like about, I don't know, 8 or 9 months ago, I figured out how to like get rid of one issue, and then I'm gonna consolidate one issue and do like a double issue. So nice. I'm gonna try to get out of here with 12.
Nice. That's solid.
6 is already under production. I think I can get 6 out before hopefully before the end of the year.
And then trade?
That's what I was.
As soon as I run out of floppies, we're going straight to trade. So
nice. Just staple the floppies together.
Hey, true indie, man. Yeah. True indie. I'm not far away from printing them out of my computer, and
you 3-hole punch and put yarn through it. It's a fucking trade.
Whatever it takes, man. We got to get this story out. It deserves to get out. It's a fun story.
Agreed. For sure.
That would be a fun addition. If it's like leather bound, just the
handmade.
Just a little,
yeah.
The garage.
We'll help.
The garage edition,
garage band edition.
Yeah, you can send a box up to Michigan, and me and Todd will put a few together for you.
Yeah.
We'll help out.
Send boxes of them around, and everybody makes a different version of it.
Yeah,
they're all gonna be jacked. Nothing's gonna fit in a sleeve.
No,
I mean, how's it gonna look on a shelf?
How did yours get twice as big? That doesn't make any sense. It's taller.
It's the same paper. How'd you do it?
Yeah, doesn't make sense. Oh, well, that's awesome.
We are pretty indie. I mean,
well,
we're
I
about as
hope
indie as you get.
that could at least be a really cool tier when you do a trade. Is the garage edition would be really cool
with glue sticks and
whatever it takes to get the floppies
I mean, just
together.
only have like 5 available.
Yeah, I'd snatch one up because that would be just really cool. I already want to do that with some of my like bad idea books. I know it's a bad idea, but it's kind of perfect.
What, like tape them together? So
yeah, make it my own trade omnibus and just be like, yeah, you said it's a bad idea. Thanks for this amazing paper quality and this top tier thing. Fucking like super glue them together.
That's our claim to fame, right? Is the paper quality? I've heard about that.
It's incredible.
It's one of them, yeah.
And also, they're all basically good books, and there's like 20 of them, which is impressive because that's hard. That's a hard ratio to hit. Which
one's your favorite, Nick, of the bad idea books?
Oh, I really like Tankers a lot.
God damn it.
Which Todd hates, but it's a time travel.
I do not hate it.
It's time travel. I don't think it's their best book, but that's probably my favorite.
Yeah. And that's
but it's not their best. Their best is probably ENIAC, but
ENIAC or Whalesville.
That cover is like super super captivating cover.
It really is. And then I really love
Pirate Queen.
Oh yes, Pirate. Thank you. Nick's got it for me. I adore Pirate Queen, which is my favorite, but I don't think their best book.
Yeah, that's fine. There's a lot of movies that I love that I know they're not good movies. So same thing with books.
Oh,
there's a lot of books that I.
What's your favorite shitty movie?
Oh, my favorite shitty movie.
I had a internet friend.
That's a good question.
We were friends via the internet, and
I got an answer for you.
Oh, go ahead.
Repo Man, Emilio Estevez.
Oh, that's a good choice.
A lot of people think that movie sucks. I like that movie.
I do too.
Legit.
Yeah,
I like that movie. It's super fun. I like it. It's my style. So.
They're not my friend anymore, and it was because I love Pixels, the Adam Sandler movie.
No, but you can't have a bad movie.
I love that you had a friendship end over the movie.
It wasn't a genuine friendship, but
still.
No, it makes sense. Honestly,
it checks out.
I mean,
they were trashing it. They had seen it and they were trashing it, and I was like, "Oh, I've seen that movie like 6 times," and they were like, "What?" And that was it.
You mean with your kids, right? You watched it with your kids?
I don't think I've ever seen it with my kids.
It's just him. Oh my god!
And if it's on a streaming service, I might watch it.
My opinion of you is changing. It's fine because I still like you. But...
Honestly, you can't judge people for their like movie preferences because like people are pretty quirky, and it's okay. Like that's why they make movies, right? Somebody made that movie. Right. Somebody was like, a director is like, that's it, we got it. Or like the editor is like, boom, we got it.
Yeah,
send this out, and they're super stoked. So it resonates with somebody.
Exactly. I love the Fast and the Furious movies. I adore the Fast and the Furious movies. I think they're amazing. I think they're like top quality. Each one is perfect for a different reason. They're all garbage and popcorn, and like there's nothing really of value. But I adore the Fast and the Furious franchise. Like Too Fast, Too Furious is one of my favorite movies. Pockets ain't empty, cuz like it's great.
I just saw the Jay and Silent Bob reboot movie a couple days ago, and that is a very good, terrible bad movie. But if you love Kevin Smith movies,
I'm excited about it.
It's really good. It's a really fun time because it's all just like callbacks and
it's a reunion.
It's
for Kevin Smith fans.
They're all having fun and everybody. It's like Adam Sandler movies where it's like it's just a group of friends that somehow have the money to do this, and you can tell they're just having fun with it. Yeah. That's just. They got Shaq there.
What was the Adam Sandler movie? Was it Click? Was the remote one?
That's different than Pixels? I thought that was Pixels.
Oh.
Pixels is the one where it's like a arcade game, but the arcades come to life and are attacking Earth, and he has to like fight against arcade games. It's a lot of fun.
I really like Click.
Yeah, that's not okay. You know that whole thing about judging people based off of movie? No, I'm just I'm taking that back. No, I'm just teasing.
I like it. I like it. I've only seen Click once, but I remember liking it. The remote one is called Click. Thanks, Flashery.
Is there any Adam Sandler we can all dunk on? What about Spanglish?
Oh,
is that universally dunkable?
It was supposed to be that's the problem. That was supposed to be a good movie.
Oh, really?
It's not good.
I know I started it and did not finish it, so that is maybe the one Adam Sandler movie.
I remember it feeling really slow. I basically remember nothing about the movie.
Yeah, the best Adam Sandler movie is Uncut Gems, but
I'm gonna have to go Happy Gilmore on that, bud. Sorry.
Well, it's Uncut Gems isn't. It's an Adam Sandler movie, but it's not an Adam Sandler.
You said Billy Madison wrong.
I do.
Yeah, but Billy Madison doesn't have Carl Weathers.
That's true.
Yeah, but
case in point. I rest my case, Your Honor. I rest my case.
But Billy Madison has Chris Farley as a bus driver.
It's true.
The one I've seen the most is
no yelling on the bus.
So. Yeah.
I've seen Mr. Deeds more than any other.
Jon Stewart's in there, so that's cool.
Yeah, with his trashy girlfriend.
Those are all good. Those are 3 Adam Sandler movies that I would watch anytime back, because that was back
let's go
back USA. You go to USA Network, and if one of those movies are on, I'm watching it wherever it is in the movie. I'll be like, I guess this is what I'm watching now, because
this is fine. Yeah,
I love them. Like, it's just I'll always laugh, and it's a good time.
Yeah,
Price is Wrong, Bob.
Yeah, I think he says bitch. I think it's Price is Wrong. Bitch.
Price is Wrong, bitch.
Pretty sure.
I bet you. I watched it on
Sandler
TV.
Says that. Says the price is wrong, bitch. And then he's like, oh, what does he say? So he's like, don't get up. Oh, he says, I think you've had enough. And then he starts getting up, and he's like, no, and he kicks him again. And he's like, now you've had enough.
It's Bob TV, because I bet the TV version, I'm sure, says Price is Wrong, Bob.
Bob,
sure.
Yeah.
There's no way they said bitch, so that's
wrong,
why
Bob.
I think weird. I think this was back when they actually had people, because I'm pretty sure it was Adam Sandler. It sounded right. Because they used to do that. They used to really care about like the actor saying the other words and getting it to seem all right. And then there was a certain point where they were just like, mother trucker.
Right.
It's just like, oh, you didn't try.
They've gotten a lot better at that in the last 10 years. They've gotten a lot better. And I noticed when I listen to like hip hop music on the radio, because like you'll hear like Snoop do lines, dude, and Snoop will do lines, and I'm like, that's not what he said. You know what I mean? But it's Snoop saying it, and they just re-recorded it for the radio.
Yeah,
yeah, that whole radio, TV, they're like getting the real actor. Yeah, they're getting the real actors to do it now. When back in the day, I think you're right. I think early 2000s, you know, they're just pulling in whoever. Right. Yeah. You're not gonna get Snoop back to do that line, so they just like bleep it out, right?
Yep.
You know, Snoop's doing other stuff, but now there's that radio money.
Snoop's busy.
He's in the metaverse or something. I don't know.
Well, really.
Oh yeah, he was trying to.
That was just a big deal
to music into an NFT or something. It's I don't know.
It's gonna be a challenge. I mean,
an NFT.
He's doing like a digital label.
That's great.
Metaverse.
Good for him. Fucking go. Well, I remember it would cost a lot to become his neighbor in the metaverse. That was a whole thing.
Yeah, that's kind of weird, man. But Wu-Tang did that NFT like even before there was an NFT. Remember they printed that one album?
Yeah.
They printed that one album, and it was like in like a lockbox. And that creepy guy in the pharmaceutical industry, what was that guy's name? Schmeckel bought it, right? Dude, that's how you do it, right? You want to be OG NFT, make one. You know what I mean? Make one album, and it'll be worth it.
But make something that's real.
Yep.
That's dope.
and tangible. Yep. And do it that way.
Yeah, make one dope thing.
What's the She's So Vain, You're So Vain song? They auctioned off who the song was about and got like a shit ton of money and they just whispered it to them, and that was it. It was the only person to know who the song was about.
Really?
And into the wind.
That was what was it? Linda Reinhart? Is it Linda Reinhart?
Possibly.
You're So Vain?
Yeah,
dude. If I just nailed that, that's
quite possible.
I didn't know I had that in me.
If only there was a way to find it.
If only,
No,
I'll go to the library to check on information.
Nick, I'll go to the library in the morning. I'll check it out.
Yeah, you can't. Carly Simon.
Ah, damn it.
Sorry, baby.
Right. Nah, it's okay.
This is awesome.
I knew I wasn't that cool, so.
Oh, that's awesome. That's really cool.
Are they next to each other, or are they
thing.
like far apart?
Has he got the hockey stick putter?
Yeah, I didn't know that was a thing.
That's amazing. That's a good Funko Pop. I'm not a big Funko Pop person.
I
that's
promised. I'm not either, and I promised my wife that would not become a thing. And then the other day, I brought home my 4th Funko Pop, and she was like,
"Uh-oh!"
She gave me a look like, and I'm like, "But look, it's a one-eyed dog."
Oh, because you got Pizza Dog and
Pizza Dog
and Kate.
I have Pizza Dog.
So you have Kate Bishop.
I have
and Pizza
my favorite
Dog.
doctor from Doctor Who, and then I have Khan, because
Genghis Khan.
And yes,
Genghis Khan, the Funko Pop.
I haven't seen that one. I don't know.
I would.
The historical figures Funko Pops would be amazing.
And then I have Fluffy from Despicable Me.
That's cool.
Because it was a Universal Studios exclusive, and it's Funko Pop number 420. So it's like,
I only have ones that have been gifted to me.
I have to have that one.
Yeah, I stay away from that stuff. That's a slippery slope, my man.
Yeah.
You get in there next thing you know.
I just had that slip, and I'm clawing at the top.
Yeah,
Poser sent me some amazing D&D ones because we play D&D together. And also a White Lantern Sinestro he sent along with them, which is really fucking cool.
That's cool.
And then I got Troy and Abed in the morning from Community as a gift years ago, which is, yeah. But I can't buy them. If I buy them, it's a whole problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, as long as you're moving them too. If you're collecting them, make sure you're moving them.
Yeah. Yep. Do the Flash Ray, do the Comic Book Poser. Comic Book Poser is like a fucking master of it.
He's got a lot of stuff
just
coming.
Like comics that can't give up.
When he visited, we went to like a collectible store and everything, and him talking to me about all the Funko Pops, I was like, you need to stop because I'm gonna get wrapped up into this and think I can do it as well as you do.
That's when it's bad when there's somebody that's like, oh, I'm making so much X amount of dollars a month, and you're like, shit. What?
Yeah, but
you start feeling stupid that you're not buying them.
But I'm dumb.
Yeah,
I can't do it.
That's a skill set. You can't just like. It's not just there. Like it's a skill set. To, like,
I've talked to people who like go to Walmart in the middle of the morning. Well, they do it for Hot Wheels. They go in the middle of the night when they restock the toys section.
My dad used to do that.
Really? Yeah, I couldn't believe I started looking into
the treasure hunts. The treasure hunts, man.
Yeah, and you can like find different like there's some of them have like actual rubber wheels.
Yep.
And it's crazy. I had no idea there were special Hot Wheels.
They were doing that before the crazy trading card shenanigans that were happening. There was already guys lining up for the Hot Wheels box opening and just fucking thrashing through it.
I love it, but I also just hate it.
Oh, me too. There's like I just want a cool one.
There's just adults, fighting over these toys, and there's just some kid that's like, I just want a Hot Wheels.
That's my favorite car.
I want the blue one. Blue's my favorite color.
Please, sir.
Sorry, there's only it's 1:150. So
oh, sorry.
You're not getting it, kid.
Yeah, it says RT right there. This one's mine.
I'm making money off of this. What are you doing for me? $100, kid.
How bad do you want it? Your dad can buy it for $50 on eBay.
Yeah.
Here's my card. Just hands him a card.
Yeah.
You can buy it here on my Etsy shop.
Yes.
It's a crazy world, man. It's a crazy world.
It is.
Scarcity and value.
Do you collect anything besides comic books, Manny?
No, I don't collect anything.
Smart.
And even with comic books, I'm really transactional. Like, I'm a reader. Yeah. I don't even collect comic books. I think the most expensive comic book I have is like a Wolverine 2.
Nice.
And that was just because I was a kid and I was reading Wolverine.
So
and I saw it on the shelf.
It's incidental.
Yeah.
All of my good books are incidental. I've never like bought a book as a like investment, or it's never been like, ooh, this will be able to resell high. It's just like, oh, Teen Titans 12 metal tie-in was a big deal. Oh, cool.
I bought it because it was a metal tie-in.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just a reader. I just love consuming. I love appreciating stuff. Like, you know, I just love enjoying things. I love sharing things. If I find something cool, you know, I share with my brothers or whatever. I'm not big into like, you know, collecting or speculating or anything like that. So yeah, that's not really my scene.
I like to collect. I say I collect comic books, but I collect stories. That's what I always say too, is if I own something, even if it gets to be worth something, I'm like, if I'm ever in a bad spot, that's awesome. I have like these books that I could sell off if I really need it and all that. But it's my story that I bought, and it's for me. It's not to go out into the world, or if I'm done with it, pass it along. Problem is, I'm not going to pass along a Saga #1. Someone's just going to fucking sell it.
No.
Whereas I bought it because my comic shop was like, you should buy this.
I would never do that. I would.
Yeah, totally.
I probably would.
No, it's true.
My problem is once it's worth money, then I'm like, oh.
No, I need it more because I'll never get it again.
Or I'm like, well, no, it'll be worth even if I sell this for $100 now, then 10 years from now they'll be selling for
$1.2 billion.
Yeah. That's always me. It's like, no, it'll be worth 10 times as much further down the road. So I don't want to let it go. So I have to. I can only sell things that I like. Don't want to keep the story. Then.
Do you have an eBay account? Do you sell stuff on eBay?
I don't sell anything. I do have an eBay account. I got to get into it. I just set up the box, and I have a short box that I'm slowly, as I'm going through stuff, moving stuff to the short box, and then those will get listed. I got some like Warren Ellis stuff that it's just like, we'll just get rid of that. And, yeah.
I actually saw some Warren Ellis in. I was dollar bin diving today at Fantagraphics this morning.
Wow, they wanted that much for it, huh?
No, dude. Honestly, some of the books look pretty cool. I was like, "Hey, that's kind of a cool book." Dude. I was like, coming through it. I didn't end up buying it.
It's probably good.
I didn't end up buying it, but I was like, it looked like a cool book. I'd never seen it before. It was a trade, so it had like 3 or 4 issues in it. God, I forget the name of it. No, you know who it was?
I have Injection, which was actually a cool book. It's like injecting the internet into your brain, kind of a thing. It's a trippy book. And he was going to come back with the sequel, and then the shit hit the fan, and I don't think that's gonna happen.
Fuck you.
Yeah, it's so weird. It's such a funny world. Like also in the dollar bins, I see a lot of Chuck Dixon, and it's like I'm like, hey, that's kind of a cool cover. I'm like, oh, that's Chuck Dixon.
Oh, it's Chuck Dixon.
And it's but it's just kind of weird how like that's like my sensibilities. It's like, oh, that's and then it's like, what? I don't know. I don't know if that makes me a bad person, but like. I think it's kind of
because you can be a bad person and create good art.
Yeah, I think most
don't want to own it. They can. I just
don't want to. But it is possible for a bad person to do great things.
Sure,
it's just the way the world works.
We have.
Yeah, it's true.
Oh, never mind. I'm not gonna say what I'm gonna say. Never mind. Or does a bloop. So
yeah, there's no point.
Trading cards are cool.
Yeah, dude. EK trading cards, man.
What up?
Dude,
everybody gets one of those if you back a physical too.
Yeah, they're all coming. That's
dope.
Yeah, we just made a couple. We just made like about 100. So
nice.
See, I'm between the digital and the physical, so that's why I'm.
So you get a sticker, you get a trading card, you get an ash can.
The ash can is...
You can put the sticker on your ash can to decorate it and use the trading card as a bookmark. They all work together. It's like a Voltron type thing, right?
Yeah, KRUDO, it's together. A dope package.
And
it's a dope
with
package.
The knowledge that this funds the next thing, you can know that this brings us one step closer to 80s KRUDO.
Yes.
We're getting there. Yeah, I don't want to, no spoilers, but it'd be a super fun book to write. I have some ideas with that one.
That's after the 12, right?
Yeah, man, I'm only 5 deep.
Right, that's what I mean. Like I
got a lot of work to do.
We got a lot of 6 to 9 months before then.
Oh my gosh, it's a lot of work, man. Making a comic book, it's a lot of work.
Yeah, that's why we don't do it. And we're happy you and others do, because I don't think we would do it. So it's really cool you do.
It's so funny, like, that there's so much work involved, and like we pay attention to everything. Like every square inch is like we scour over it. And I heard like the average read time on a comic book page is like 45 seconds.
It's real quick. Yeah.
And they're fucking done with it. But it's like us, we're just like pouring over it all the time.
And that means
like
some people are doing like 15 seconds.
Yeah,
right.
That's
the average.
It's true.
Oh God, my kid, man, he I'll give Mike a book and you can like hear him turn. It's like, and I'm like, hey man, take a second. Just take a second.
Look at the art a little bit.
Like, do you even know who's saying what?
Yeah.
Like, do you even like? Are you? It's just, oh man, he reads them so fast. He'll kill a series, but it's like, what was
That's
it about?
why I reread a lot after I just finished reading, because sometimes I'll realize I only read it, I didn't look at it, and I'm like, oh fuck, like, okay, going back through, and I'll get way more out of it the second time, because I'm like, you don't need to rush. Take like 3 extra minutes to actually take in some of the art while reading, because it's easy to just like scan and go, and it's just that's also why I'm glad we stopped doing the weekly all the fucking time, because I was getting to that point where I was churning through more than like reading, and that's not as fun.
No.
Yeah, when you got responsibilities and you got fans, man, you got people, you got a community that are they want to know what you think about whatever the last thing came.
Hey,
what up?
What up?
Yeah,
and when you stop doing the Let's Talk Comics,
Alejandro.
When you stop doing the weekly, like the day after New Comic Book Day, I just thought that it was Cole carrying you guys the whole time, and like all of a sudden Cole has a baby, and it's like you guys like, I can't do it. Like Cole's not here. I just figured he was carrying the burrito.
That was it.
I don't know if that was obvious to anybody
all
else.
of his graphics were really great.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, that's what I thought happened, but I'm an outsider looking in. What do I know?
I guess we can talk about this now. I didn't want to announce anything ahead of time because I didn't want to do the whole like meh thing. But like, you're one of the OGs. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, what up? Yeah, for sure. Thanks for the support. I really appreciate it.
Yeah. We're actually switching up how Burrito is. We're going to be doing recordings throughout the week. The Fem streams will be on Saturdays. We're going to be doing more variety stuff. It'll still be me and Nick will be on a shit ton. Like next week, we're going to do Jackbox games and just have a good time and hang out. But we have Adam Barnhart coming out on Wednesday as a recorded interview.
This will be our last live. This is our last planned live interview.
Whoa!
For the foreseeable future.
For a Saturday,
for a live stream type thing.
Do you have like strict no edit clauses in your contracts when you sign somebody to come on the recorded stream? Like, is there strict like no edit, or are you going to go back to the cutting board, Todd? And
I already have it. It's already scheduled and it's already up. And I did some funsies with it. I had some fun with it. There's some editing chicanery in it. Yeah, Nick has seen one of the 2 bigger things I've done, and I think it's only just going to be fun because it's still. I love it because unedited.
I love it because I'll probably tune in for the live, like when the video goes up, and watch it just to see how it got edited down.
There's a few fun things with it. There's also going to be an attached web page with the recorded interview that comes up.
I know what that is too.
Yep. I did a few fun things. So I'm excited. I'm having a lot of fun with like, if we're going to do recorded, I'm going to not just be like raw and everything. I'm going to also have some fun with it and do some fun stuff. So,
well, I don't know, man, you're scaring me. I'm always afraid of people cutting things up, making
you
something good.
Oh, there's none of that.
making me look like a monkey. I'll be like, he cut out that last sentence. I said,
No, it'll be fun. And
there's
then
no context.
At the end of each month, we still will be doing a live stream, but it's going to be like this month in comics, where we're going to just talk about everything we're reading. So
yeah, and that would be cool too, because then you could go if you're doing this month in comics, right, then you have the sequentials. So you're like, you just did one on issue number 11, and now you're talking issue 12. Yeah, cool.
Exactly.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
So yeah, no, we're just switching things up. So none of our people are here right now, so no one knows, which is great.
That's
you guys are still having fun doing this, and
yeah.
It's changed. It seems like it's like every 6 to 9 months. It like we like
shift.
We shift or pivot a little bit and just kind of move with it. So we'll see. I'm excited about some of the fem streams because we can still have like creators on, but it's like we're playing a game with them. Or
David Hazan is going to be playing Jackbox games with us next Saturday.
Yeah, that's cool.
Pretty sick.
So that'll be fun. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah, that sounds like a great time. No, I'm stoked you guys are having fun with it. I pop into the Burrito every now and again. Like, so my I have like a career, right? So I can't just like make a bunch of comics all day. So like I have like some strict times that I make comics, and usually it's Thursday nights, right? So I would like catch you guys on a Thursday, say what up in the chat, drop something, and then I'd listen to some MF Doom and draw some.
Nice. MF Doom. Let's go.
Dude, EK5 was all MF Doom.
Awesome.
EK6 I'm doing Cool Keith. I've been on a Cool Keith.
Dude, Cool Keith, yeah.
For better or worse.
Yeah, right.
Better or worse. Like I'm down, dude. I'm down. It's cool. It's fun. So but anyway, so yeah, so for Thursday nights I always set time on my calendar, and like my wife knows it's like I'm drawing monkeys. And then Saturday nights too, like after dinner.
Thursday nights, drawing monkeys.
Thursday nights and Saturday nights.
I draw monkeys too.
Yeah, dude,
on Thursdays.
If you don't, man, you just get so caught up and you're busy and there's so much shit going on. You have to be consistent with it, or else we wouldn't be here. I want to be here right now.
I'm on the Scott Snyder Substack, and he actually talked once about the importance of writing and setting a schedule, and your brain will actually work better even if it's like Thursday nights I'm gonna write, but when you start doing it consistently, your brain will start working better at that time for that purpose. So it's really good to do that.
I can relate, because maybe it's also because like El KRUDO is so different than like my job, like my daily job. So it's like when I shift.
Can you have you said what you do? Can you say what you do?
I work in data. I work in like data analytics. So I do like a lot of statistics and stuff. Yeah. So when I shift from that to like El KRUDO, my brain, I'm in a total shift, and then I'm just like tunnel focused on this monkey book. So I don't know if it's necessarily the time or just like the fact that I'm shifting, because like, dude, you know how it is. Like, at the end of the day, you're tired, you're over it, like the brain's just not working.
Oh yeah.
Even when I'm tired, when I just shift themes and I go from like, crunching data to like drawing monkeys, I feel super focused. So maybe it's the time of day. Maybe it's because like you mentioned, like my brain knows that, at this time, like, kind of
getting that, like having that specific time, not just because that's what he was saying, was like, you can't just say like, I'm going to devote 4 hours a week to it. Like
totally
having it at that time specifically. He's like, if you can't do it every evening, but it's in the evening, that kind of thing. Do you find you can switch over pretty quick from what you're doing? Or, yeah.
Super quick.
I feel like I would need like, I don't know, time to like.
I think but your environment's different than mine, right? Like,
yeah,
it's just like me, my wife, and my dog. Like, you got kids and a family and stuff, so you have a lot of different distractors. Where it's me, it's just like my job, my wife, and my dog. So it's like I run the dog. He's good. We have dinner. He's good. It's like, all right, I'm gonna go sit in my room. I'm gonna sit in this room and with some monkeys and Carl Weathers on the wall, and I'm gonna draw some stuff for an hour or two. Yeah. So I can't imagine, but honestly, the fact, Nick, that you're like able to do all of this and like keep the Burrito going, like that's mad props to you for.
That's why it's this late at night, though, right? Because they're all they're all sleeping, and there has been a few times where there's been like a child, because I'm in my basement right now, and there's been a few times that like my kid has been like right there, just past the computer watching a movie or playing Fortnite or whatever, and I have to be a little bit more mindful of what I say.
What words you use?
Yeah.
Well, that's fun.
I mean, well, it's not just word. Like they've heard me swear.
What? You swear?
I don't worry about that around my kids because they're just words.
Yeah.
And we talk a lot more about the intent and emotions behind them. And so you can say fuck, but you can't scream fuck you at your teacher.
You can.
No, you can't.
But you shouldn't.
They can't.
Yes.
Kids are like monkeys. They're all killer monkeys.
They can once.
They're all killer monkeys. Kids are all killer monkeys.
It just depends on, man. You just got to be cool to them,
Yeah.
Got to be cool to them.
That's why I just feed mine candy. Like, oh, that's cool.
No, so I'm just saying, Nick, that's respectable that you're able to balance all that and still talk trash on a Saturday night, drinking beers with my sorry ass. I don't have shit to do. I don't have any kids, man.
Honestly, half the time it's this is what's keeping me sane. So if I couldn't come on this and decompress after a long week, it'd probably be worse.
Now, honestly, comics and talking trash with people, yeah, man, I get it. That's a good mix. You got a pretty good mix. So
yeah,
glad you're able to pull this thing together.
I just put her to bed and then do whatever. She's the right age where I'm like, go to bed. I got shit.
And you're done.
Yep. The there was something else. Shite. Doesn't matter. What's your favorite beer?
Dude, my favorite. You know what I've been drinking lately is IPA, but I'm drinking. Well, not tonight. Tonight I'm not drinking IPA. Tonight I'm drinking cider.
Ooh, from Incline.
Yeah, Incline. Marion Berry. Marion Berry is like the berry of like Oregon. It's like the state berry of Oregon or something.
Is there like Robin Hood berry too? Terrible.
No, it's pretty good. It's pretty good.
No.
My dad would appreciate that one for sure.
Yeah, it's the dad level joke.
No, so I'm from San Diego, right? And we drink a lot of IPAs down there. That's just how we grew up. But I've been drinking like non-hazy IPAs. You're drinking Session. That's the low alcohol one, right?
Yes, this is the sessionable Kirkland IPA.
4.5.
4.7, I think.
4.7.
4.9.
4.9. Yeah, it sounds fine.
Still when you're decent.
Yeah, you're not trying to show off. You're not trying to set
you can
records.
have half a rack and it's fine.
Yeah.
Because then I followed up with some hams.
Oh, the hams.
Yeah.
Is hams going under? Did I hear hams is going under?
I will go buy all of it at Meijer.
No. Don't listen to me. I'm not from the Midwest.
Todd's panic buying.
I have to also tell Poser because we'll panic buy together.
Dude, I'm not from the Midwest. I don't know. God, I hope I'm confusing it with a different brand. But dude, maybe. I follow the hams Instagram. Dude, that thing's golden, man. Do you follow the hams on Instagram?
It's amazing. Their social media is strong. It's like Wendy's level strong.
Yeah, strong, dude.
Yeah.
I hate Instagram, but I'll check it out.
Yeah, it's really good.
It's a special Instagram.
The Poser and Cole have posted lots of ham stuff in our Discord.
Dude, that's how I found the hams Instagram. I think
me too.
One of them posted something, and I'm like, dude, I got to follow this.
Yeah, it's
just
great.
Gem after gem after gem.
Yep. I didn't see anything about hams going down. So
thank God. Maybe it's something else.
Hopefully their social media stays. Even if they go under, the social media stays alive.
I'm sorry that I even suggested that to you. I didn't.
Terrifying. I only have like 3 32 packs in the house right now. I need way more if that's a thing.
Yeah, you Midwest guys, you guys drink a lot of just lager beer. You guys are just like the lager beer capital of the world.
This is just my budget one. I can get 32 of these for $12.99.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
American
dollars.
Euros? Are you guys on the euro in Michigan?
Pound silver, actually.
Pound silver.
Yeah, we're on the euro.
I've never been to Michigan. I've never been.
Yeah, we're on the Canadian euro.
Yeah.
They just take €1 and 1 loon and glue them together. It's a Canadian euro. That's what we use.
How you
but no,
give them that, you get
it's
a case of
dumb
ham.
cheap, and it's like 4.3. It tastes decent. My love though is stouts.
Yeah.
I love a stout. That would be if I had to choose one beer type forever. It's stout and not Guinness.
Mother's Milk.
Stout, or I might go porter. I love porter.
Oh, porters are good too.
I love
That's like
porter,
Scout's cousin.
There's more stouts to pick from. I haven't been drinking as much beer lately. I have been. I found a long drink, and it's like my new Discord. It's my new favorite thing. It's apparently a drink in Finland, where it's a classification of drink, which is basically gin and citrus tonic, and it's real good.
Yeah, I had a gin phase. I had a gin phase for sure. There's nothing wrong with gin.
Canned, so it's only like 5% or so. It's kind of malted little bit, but it's I could crush them real good sitting next to a pool for sure.
I love gin. New Amsterdam gin is like always in my freezer.
You know what I've been doing is I used to
sell New Amsterdam gin.
It's good. Really? It's really solid. It's my favorite budget gin by far.
That's a Gallo wine product. When I was in my early 20s, my first career job, other than bartending, was as a wine salesman for Gallo wine, and their new brand that came out with was New Amsterdam gin, and I was in Southern California. Nobody drinks gin in Southern California, so like I would spend my nights and weekends like in liquor stores, like sitting on top of a case of gin, and I'd be walking around like chasing people in the store, like, hey, you want to buy some gin? Hey, you want to buy some gin? People would be like, no, I don't want to buy any gin. I'd have to give out like free T-shirts just to get people to buy some. But but the New Amsterdam gin is actually I think in terms of like flavor profile, I think it's like a pretty popular, pretty drinkable flavor profile.
Yeah, so. It's great. It's really good. Like
what is that for a fifth? Like 20?
Oh, it's real cheap.
Yeah, for a fifth you can get it for $19.99. I think here.
We do. I usually do Gordon's for my budget gin.
Sure.
And right now I don't even want to show you what gin I'm drinking, but they were out of Gordon's. So I went.
What have you done?
Lower?
No.
Lower than Gilby's? Is it Gilby's? No. I think Gilby's is right below Gordon's.
I don't care. Hold on.
What have you done? Oh no!
This half gallon was $13.69.
Wow, half a gallon, man! So you basically got the 5 o'clock version of gin.
Yeah.
So is it?
And it's not that bad. But what I've been doing is actually using long drink as my tonic.
Smart.
So
I throw a little gin in, and then that way just makes it because the cans are never enough. I do that. Yeah. I'll get the Jack and Coke in a can, but then
add Jack.
Yeah, well, Jim Beam, but
Jim Beam's America's Jack.
Yeah, Jim Beam's
I just
America's Jack.
I just don't pay for Jack Daniels. I haven't paid for Jack Daniels since I was like 20.
I haven't had Jack Daniels since my early 20s. I have no idea. Like,
if someone likes Jack Daniels, that's fine. But
you went straight to Makers. You went straight to Woodford Reserve.
I'm a bourbon person, so I
do Evan Williams for my.
I do Larceny is my budget whiskey bourbon.
I'm a stock owner pretty much of Evan Williams. I'm a minority shareholder. I mean, I think
bottled and bonded.
I better be.
For how much?
If not, I've just been wasted by every dollar I earned in my 20s. But dude, Nick, didn't I see like on one of your posts one time where you like were mixing a bunch of bourbons? Like you would have.
Yeah, I have an infinity bottle.
Yeah, dude.
It's really low right now, or I would be drinking it, but I can't drink much more.
Right, because you have to have some of the original molecules in there.
Yeah.
Dude, you got a lot of
There's like this much of
that's what makes you a good dad, Nick.
Dude, 72.
You're self-control. Right?
Ooh.
You know that there's a little bit in there, and you're like, you know what? I'm not going to drink that. Instead, I'm going to go buy a bottle of gin, and I'm going to drink that instead.
I'm going to go buy a $13 bottle of gin.
I can't say that I have that same inner strength, Nick. And
okay.
Honestly, I think that shows a lot of self-control. So congrats.
I appreciate it.
I can't wait for Nick to tell his wife. No, I do have self-control.
No, it's okay.
Manny told me.
Manny said he was proud of me. And that he loved me. And that's
I'm just impressed. I'm taking notes right now. I'm impressed. I'm gonna
It is fun though. I wish that I had done the idea while my wife worked at the liquor store and we were getting tons of high-end bourbon to try, because she was the person that invited you to the store to do the tasting, and then she would bring home all the tasting bottles, and I got to try just some stuff that I got to try some stuff that I wouldn't be able to afford, and then I got other stuff that I just wouldn't pay for.
The stuff you got was insane. It was wild.
We had some really cool stuff, and if we were still doing that, it would be a really impressive infinity bottle. But it's mostly Evan Williams and Jim Beam.
Yeah.
Well, no, that's your foundation, Nick. That's your foundation.
Hey, that's what I like, though, man. Did
you ever read the book Pillars of the Earth by Ken Follett?
No.
Anyway, it's all about an old. It's like middle.
I mean, that's the answer 99% of the time if you're not talking about a comic book.
It's a famous book. I thought some people might have read it.
What was it called?
Pillars of the Earth. The author's Ken Follett. Yeah, I think it was like a bestseller or whatever.
Oh yeah, it's a big book.
It's a legit book. So it's all about. It's all about like church. It's all about church builders, like in the medieval times. Not church builders, but a specific church builder.
Yeah.
And like, if you're a mason, like the pinnacle of being a mason in the medieval times is you get to build a church, right? You like that's the pinnacle. Like that's like, what's that famous architect's name? Who cares? But they talk about the foundation. Hey, I don't know what's the name. Let's hear it.
Fine. No, it doesn't matter.
It's all about like the one rock for the as the foundation,
the cornerstone
for the church, the cornerstone. So it doesn't have to be like this huge majestic rock. Like nobody's ever going to see the rock, but it's like the legit rock, and that's your Evan Williams. That's your Jim Beam. Like that's your. And who knows what's going to come out of it?
I'm going to be straight honest. I totally forgot what we were talking about for a second.
I did too. That's why I'm laughing, because I forgot the point was about how Evan Williams was a good.
As soon as you said Evan Williams, I was like, oh yeah.
This cornerstone, man. It's your cornerstone.
It is, and it's a good one. It's a good one to have.
That's how I do storytelling. Is I'll shift you all the way to the left, and then I'll bring it right back.
I forgot, dude. It's so funny. I'm like, we're talking about really budget bourbons being mixed together.
Yeah,
in a
There's
bottle.
some fancy stuff in there too.
No, there is, but I just love that
because we did find a few bottles after the fact where it was like, oh shit, there's still a little bit of
get that in there.
Yeah, a little bit of this in there.
Yeah. No,
anytime we buy a good bottle, which we are bourbon people, so anytime we buy bourbon. When we do get the occasional good bottle, it'll go in there too. But honestly, if the money wasn't an issue at all, I would drink tequila every day. High end
good tequila. There's nothing like good tequila.
Oh man, I mean, and we got one. I forget what it was. It was only like $30, and it's pretty solid. It might be a new.
Jose Cuervo Gold.
No, it's not. No, it's not Cuervo. But oh man, yeah, sipping tequilas, I could, yeah.
I remember my first really expensive tequila, and I was like, "This isn't tequila. It's not what was in my brain as what tequila was before then." And it was like, "This, you can drink it, and it's delicious, and I don't need to like mix it with really sugary shit."
If I could afford to drink as much high-end tequila as I wanted, it would be a big problem really fast. Like it would be like a week after I got the job or won the lottery ticket where people would be like, "Hey man,
whoa, that's not water. You're treating it like water."
hey man, we're all here because we love you a lot. Like that would be for sure. It would happen immediately.
Everybody sitting in your living room in a circle,
Yeah. I'd come home from work and open the bottle of tequila and it'd be like, oh shit.
I was gonna say you just came back from a run and you're grabbing a glass of tequila. Nothing like a post tequila run. Post run tequila.
I do love a post run drink though. It just hits good.
Seems like a bad idea.
It just hits good.
No,
I don't know. It's good.
I mean, I'm no judge on that one, man.
Your metabolism. Well, you go run like a big 5K or 10K, like a big event, and there's usually a beer at the end.
There generally is, but that's usually because
that's bread.
You've been training up until that point, and you haven't drank for the last 4 weeks.
Is that what you're supposed to do? Oh, shit.
Yeah, you're supposed to not be drinking before then. Drinking right before.
I remember 2 Thanksgivings ago, my youngest son started talking shit about running. It was on Thanksgiving, and so I had obviously had plenty to drink. But he was talking shit, and I was like, "Let's go, man!" And we did a good. I think we might have done a 5K even. But
you think he's a good runner compared to you? Is that what's going on?
No, I had him, but I'm saying I can do it with a couple drinks for sure.
Yeah, it keeps your legs moving, right?
But I prefer to smoke before I run.
Sure.
Well, really?
These are all good things.
For all my runs, I am high 99% of the time if I post a run.
I can't do it, dude. I can't be in public when I smoke, man. I get so.
Well, you're running away from everybody. It's cool.
I always think people
problems.
I just have this crazy insecurity when I'm stoned.
Oh, really?
Normally I don't. Normally I'm just kind of cruising through the world, but I smoke, and all of a sudden I'm like, wait, that guy knows I'm stoned.
Yeah.
And the other part is remember how I just told that story and then I brought it back to Evan Williams. When I'm stoned, I can't do that. No, I can't bring it back. I don't bring it back. That's my whole thing, right? I'm I'm a storyteller, I tell jokes, I tell stories, and I always bring it back. But if I'm smoking, I'm gone.
You just go down the rabbit hole, and then you're just like,
what was I talking about?
Yeah, I'm that guy, dude.
Why have I been talking for 5 minutes?
My screws aren't all there, dude. I make indie comics, bro. My screws aren't all there, dude.
Mine just makes me super anxious now. So
I usually do solo running, and I do trail running on trails that there are not a lot of people on.
Dope.
So
the trees.
I got my earbuds in, and I got some high-paced techno music or something going, and it's a good run.
That sounds terrible to me.
I love it.
Dude, can I go back?
That's awesome. I'm glad. It just
Can I go back to tequila for a second?
Yeah.
My go-to. My go-to is Coralejo. Are you a Coralejo fan? The tall, skinny blue bottle.
Uh-huh.
Oh, we got one of those.
I'm a fan of that Coralejo. You get that Coralejo, that's my. It's like my it's like the Acura tequilas. It's not it's not a BMW, it's not a Mercedes. It's nothing high end, but it'll get you where you're going.
It'll get you where you need to go.
Yeah. And you'll look good going there.
It does look good.
That's the
important. Is that what the Acura does? Is you look good going there too?
I've never driven an Acura.
I've never gotten that from the Acura, that you also look good doing it.
I do like the Acura SUV. I think that's a good looking car. But other than that, I don't know.
Is that a thing? Acura is a sedan.
No, Acura. Let me look up the car I'm thinking of.
Are you sure?
I don't know, man. Acura SUV. What's it called? RDX, my man. RDX.
Acura RDX.
RDX is a nice looking car.
All right.
Oh, what's that one?
But
Koa. I'm not talking Koa. I don't know Koa.
It's good.
Koa.
I'm talking yeah. You know what? I'll paste it in chat. Anyway.
That's a Honda Accord.
It's good.
You're thinking of a Honda Accord, Todd?
No, I was saying his drink is a Honda Accord. No,
that looks like a Honda Accord. You're correct.
I'm thinking of
air bubbles in it.
The Acura is a 4-door sedan. You're talking the Acura RDX, which is
Acura RDX,
completely different car.
Yeah,
but not really.
Yeah, $40,000.
No, it's nice.
It's not like
it's no NSX.
It's my Coralejo.
Yeah,
the Acura is my Coralejo. Or no, wait, yeah, Coralejo's my. whatever I'm saying is, if you see a tall, skinny bottle that says Coralejo, Reposado, I recommend you try it. It's actually it'll be like a nice cobalt blue color. It's delicious. On my 21st birthday, I went to Rosarito, and we had a couple of those, and I'm juggling 3 Coralejo bottles in my hotel room, and awesome. I threw them up, and they collided and just fucking shattered all over the fucking hotel room.
Oh, hotel rooms.
Yeah, we trashed that place. My cousin still barely talks to me, but hey, what are you gonna do?
That's such a good aside to the story.
But I still appreciate Coralejo, regardless of that. I wasn't scarred from that incident.
That's good. That's good. Speaking of Coralejo, I just bought a new used car. Because I don't know why it made me think of a car.
You bought a used car? It's like the worst time to buy a used car right now.
I found a really good. I've been searching for weeks, and I found a good deal on a 2009 Subaru Legacy. Because we have a new car that we lease for our like main car, but we need like a second car for like when we both actually need to drive. And I found a nice 2009 Subaru Legacy that I fucking love. It's great. The Outback doesn't let me drive at all. It wants to beep at me when I swerve out of the way of a biker.
Yeah.
Like, I get it. Lane detection. That's cool. I didn't want to hit the biker that's on the side of the road. So I moved over. It doesn't hit the brakes for me when someone seems to be doing things, which I know these are all safety things. In the worst case scenario, they're great. But I love to drive.
And you can turn them off.
No,
you got to press a lot of buttons to do that.
On ours,
there's a couple of things we can't turn off that are
really
in it, which I think you're going to start seeing more. Is it's just part of the car.
Yeah, we got a Forester.
It's nice.
That part sucks.
Oh yeah, I had a Forester. I had an old Forester, and then I had a new Subaru Legacy, and now we have a new Outback. And I just got, so we have a 2021 Outback. And I got a 2009 Legacy for my car, and I fucking love it. There's a CD player. A person left a CD in it.
Nice.
Which is the best. I went through it, and it is the most eclectic taste. So it starts with Blind Melon, No Rain.
Love it.
Nice.
Great song.
It kicks off next song, Eagles, Hotel California.
Perfect.
Yeah.
I'm liking this person.
I've heard it before. I can't do it. Don't make me listen to Hotel California again.
Okay.
Too many times.
And then there was a bunch of stuff I didn't know, 4 songs I didn't know. Then I Prevail, like a new punk or new metal band. Neil Diamond, Sweet Caroline.
Wow.
Nirvana Smells Like Teen Spirit, in Lithium.
Oh, sick.
Pink,
nice addition.
Beautiful Trauma. Queen, Bohemian Rhapsody.
Wait, can I guess the next one?
Yeah, I was gonna say this is the last one. Do you guys want to guess on what the last song is?
I'm gonna guess.
Closing Time, Semisonic.
That's a good guess.
That's a good guess.
It's a great guess for a CD like that. That's all over.
Sheryl Crow. All I want to do is have some fun.
Oh, Nick's closer, but that was really good guess. It's Third Eye Blind, Semi-Charmed Life.
Whoa, sick.
Which is totally like
great
Closing
song.
Time. It's right in there.
When we bought our 09 Sedona, there was a mixed CD, and I think we still have it, and we still listen to it. So if you are a car owner,
close. Flash rate was close.
It's pretty good guess.
If you're a car owner and your car has a CD player, you should make a mixed CD and put it in there,
bury it,
and then turn it in because it is awesome.
I did that with my last 2.
I left awesome.
Todd's mix in both of my last 2 cars. Dude, and I got one, and I was so happy. I went through it and Shazammed a few songs that I did not know.
So good.
Dude, I do that with El Crudo. If I stay at an Airbnb, I'll and they have like a bookcase, I'll like jam like EK1 or EK2.
Amazing.
Yeah,
that's great.
Somebody's gonna pull it. What the fuck? Enter the sausage grinder? What the hell am I looking at?
What Jeep? Wrangler? I'm curious.
We want to go back to Jeep so bad.
Us too. We that might be our next lease after the Outback.
Might be ours.
We love our Subarus. They're just cool.
In 3 years, doing the math, it's like we might need one more family car.
Oh shit! Because you have older kids.
But in 3 years,
man,
at least 2 of our kids will be driving. So
yeah,
we might not need the 7-seater anymore.
Compass.
Oh, Compass, nice.
Awesome.
It's
a better choice. It's a better choice than a Wrangler because Wranglers will just make your life both better and worse. Compass is a good
mostly
choice.
better. We want to do a Wrangler and then like a commuter car that just gets stupid gas mileage. Although supposedly they're passing something that by that time every car will have great gas mileage. So
allegedly.
Can I take a break real quick? Do you mind?
Yeah.
No.
Do you need to go pee?
Yeah, I'll be back in a couple minutes. Cool, thanks guys.
Please don't not pee. So the Wrangler is a terrible choice for Michigan because Jeeps are actually terrible in the winter, which is not what you would think, especially the Wrangler. The Wrangler is awful in the winter. But the Compass is great. That's cool. We almost one of the cars we looked at before I got my Legacy was a Liberty.
Oh.
Jeep Liberty.
Wrangler was my wife's first car. So
a Liberty was my wife's first car.
Was it? Yeah. And then we had that through or she had that through when we got married for a few years. And the engine seized and we sold it for like $5,000.
Yep.
Broke and it was like, what?
They'll put a different engine in and it'll be great.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
These Jeep people.
It's a lot of fun. You know what I love? And this is all I love. And I don't care if other people steal it. I think we should. I think everyone should. But when you're driving a Wrangler and you see another Wrangler and they wave, and it makes your drive a little bit nicer.
Oh yeah, Jeep people
and just a little wave.
Motorcycle people do the same thing.
Motorcycle people do it too. Yeah.
They do the
I think you should just if I'm driving and I see another Traverse, I should just give them one of those.
If I do that for every Subaru driver, I'm just waving.
Well, no, it has to be that model. It has to be.
If I do it for every Outback,
you see,
I'm waving all the fucking time. To be fair, it's not as much as a
first cars. I had a
Taurus
Delta 88.
Mine was an 88 Celebrity.
Delta 88.
We had the same.
I had a 92 Dodge Neon.
Oh, I drive a Dodge Neon.
Dodge. He said Dodge Stratus.
He says Stratus, but I'm doing it for you. I was like ready for him to correct me as soon as I said it.
Well, I love that skit.
It's really good. I drive a Dodge Stratus. Dodge Neon. I remember in high school that being like everywhere in the parking lot. There was neons on neons on neons. Most
Dodge
of them
Neon
had huge damage on them.
That's the first car that I went over 100 miles per hour in. I wasn't driving.
Dodge Neon?
That's not. I wasn't. Oh no, it wasn't.
That's a bad idea.
It was a Ford Probe.
Yeah, we got it up to 100 one time. Did not sound good. Does not sound good.
For Jen Street in Lowell.
Oh no!
What a terrible idea!
It's a bad idea.
The fact that I'm here today is astounding.
It really is.
So I grew up in Southern California, and like cars were a thing, in my high school. And one time I got a note on my car. It said, "I'd date you if it wasn't for your car." And to this day, I don't know who it was. Like, I'm racking my brain of like all the girls in high school. I'm like, who the fuck would date me?
Who could it have been?
If I had a cooler car,
If I only had a Dodge Stratus.
But hey, it was like I bought it off my older brother for like $500.
Oh yeah, I got my 88 Celebrity for $200. It was a 6-seater.
That's a clean car, though.
It was great. It was a 6-seater. There was a bench seat in the front, bench seat in the back. Good times. I could move 5 people. When I would take people to lunch, I was always the person because we could go as a 6 instead of a 5. And what was the best, I don't know how fast I ever took my Celebrity because after 80 miles per hour,
it just banked.
No, the needle is buried.
Yeah, it doesn't work anymore.
It goes to 80 because it's one of those like whoop ones that are that, and then it goes 180 and it buries the needle. So I was somewhere over 80 miles per hour in that, probably too fast. Also, is one of the rare cars that while you're driving, you can drop it into reverse. It'll make a terrible sound, stall it out, and you'll stop really quickly. That was fun. I learned that on one of the lunches because one of my friends just pushed my gear lever up and went in and just in it. The car just boom stopped to a halt. It was good times.
Jesus Christ, that's scary.
Mythbusters says it's not possible. I lived it, and I told them that they're fucking assholes. You don't know what you're talking about. I remember writing an email to them going, I literally did this.
It happened.
It happened.
Suck it.
Yep. Ooh, 163.
Oh, nice.
RX-8. RX-8's
I think I did about 130 in my Audi.
I do around there with my Beamer.
Literally a half hour before I sold it.
That's good. I did mine a half hour after I bought it.
The guy was like, I'm on my way to come buy it, and I was like, okay. And I'm like, I'm gonna take it for one more spin. And I drove down the highway one way to make sure it was clear.
Yep.
And then just hauled ass back. And I remember seeing the needle and being like, if I were to crash right now with this guy,
you're dead.
hopefully I'd live, but like even if I did live, like, can you imagine
hit a pebble?
Can you imagine going to pick up a car and the guy's just like, sorry man, I just totaled it. Like,
dude, or your supercharger to start smoking, right?
Yeah,
absolutely smoking out of the back.
Why are the brakes glowing?
Yeah,
I know. I said 18,000, but how about 17.5?
Yeah, right.
I sold only because I bought the Audi from someone who I went to church with, so I got a good deal on it. But that's the only car that I sold it for more than I paid for it.
Well, you pulled the God card.
It was a really good investment. Other than if you take into account how much the oil changes and stuff cost, I probably broke even.
Audis are so expensive to maintain because I had my Beamer. I got rid of my Beamer. One because the tires got kind of bald, and it was either buy new tires or change the car. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to sell this and get a different car. Because Michigan winters with a rear-wheel drive car and bald tires, I had to go 4 miles out of my way one time because I couldn't get up a hill that was right before my house. I had to go this huge circle that did slight elevation instead of one steep because I couldn't get my car up there. So I sold the car and bought a Forester.
So you've driven some Subarus. Do you believe, and they're all-wheel drive, right?
I've never owned a Subaru.
Oh, you haven't owned a Subaru. Okay.
I've owned pretty much everything. But.
Do you believe that crap where like if like one tire is balding or you have to change one tire, you have to change all of them?
They say that, and
do you believe that crap, or do you think they're just trying to sell you on it?
No, see, I think there's some truth to it. I'm sure it does matter, but I'm sure it doesn't matter enough that if you did change that tire, that it would all go to shit.
Yeah,
it could, but it might not. And it depends. Like I think like what you said, if one was bald and the rest were brand new,
okay,
then it could. I had it once where I got new tires for the Audi, and then I like hit a side of a curb on a drive-through, and it took like a chunk out. So I had to replace the one, but the tires were only like a couple months old, and they were like, "You'll be fine."
No problem with it.
Like it wasn't. Yeah, there wasn't enough wear on it at that point. But
I'm super skeptical about it. I mean, I'm like a used tire guy. Like have you guys ever bought used tires before?
No.
Yeah, I have a couple times. It's a whole thing.
It's a whole thing, and that's kind of like that's kind of how I grew up, was buying used tires. And so now I got like a Subaru, and they're claiming like, no, dude, you got to buy all new 4 tires. I'm like, I'm not buying all 4 tires right now. Like the front are fine. The front 2 are fine. Like why would I replace those? I don't want to. Like, oh well, you have all-wheel drive, so that's gonna mess up your transmission. I'm like,
but what's been messing it up? These are bald.
I'm driving it right now. That's my whole point.
It can't be worse than what I've been doing to it.
I'm gonna mess it up less. I'm trying to mess it up less right now. And you're trying to.
That's true. If you're gonna get the worst ones closer to what the other ones are, then you're
got to be a wash. Yeah,
it's gotta be. It can't be worse than what it was currently.
So I don't know. And they claim like they know a lot of stuff. I'm sure they do, but it's hard for me to.
I mean, I guess there's one way to find out. It just
yeah, I guess
get to and
no, but right? I'm scared. But they say the word transmission, right? And they put the fear of God into you because transmissions are like minimum. You're not getting out of a transmission deal without a couple. At least a comma.
At least 2,000 is what
2,800.
Yeah, you're in it for transmissions.
So they put the fear of God into you.
I test drove a Mini Cooper because I was going for we have the Outback, second car, real small, real sleek, something thing. So I test drove a Mini Cooper that looked good on paper. I drove it and it was great. And then all of a sudden I braked and brake. I hit the brakes.
Yeah.
And the downshift literally made me lurch. And I was like, no, fuck this. I'm done. Yeah. I will not touch a car that looks like to be having transmission issues because it's so fucking expensive every time.
Yeah. Yeah, that's how they scare you, man. They scare you with, hey, you're gonna have transmission issues if you don't, adjust these tires. And it's like, I don't want to pay $1,400 for tires right now. You kidding?
Right?
They're perfectly fine.
So
they're not bad. Anyway.
Right? I love it. Well, that's been Used Car Lot. That's a new segment.
So yeah.
Dude, do you guys go dollar bin diving? Are you guys dollar bin divers?
I would love
Only
to.
If I'm looking for something specific,
but I don't know what to look for. So I don't know what to look for in the dollar bin.
Yeah.
The only thing I've started doing was I'm starting to collect volume 1 of Bloodshot, which you can find in dollar bins and stuff. So sometimes I will take a peek at that. And I think our shop's dollar bins just got reorganized or are going to soon.
It's worth a look.
There's a couple guys we're gonna come reorganize that, and so I might take a look after that.
Yeah, Valiant, early Valiant's kind of an interesting body of work. Valiant from early 90s to 96, right when Bloodshot came out. You had Exo Man of War, you had Ninjak. It's a really interesting body of work because the writing's hit and miss. The color work is bizarre. The color work looks like they use colored pencils or something. I don't know. I don't know if you've really looked into that.
I haven't read a lot of it. I loved Jeff Lemire's run on Bloodshot. So I was and I started finding them cheap, just a couple random books. So it was like, oh, I'll just grab Bloodshot when I see it, I guess. And once I have an arc together, then I'll read the arc. But otherwise, I'm not reading them.
Is there more than one Bloodshot 1, Nick? Or is it only one series?
There's a couple Bloodshot number 1s.
That's what I was curious about. If
there's a couple different volumes, yeah. But the in the dollar bin, those have the not metal, but the foily, metally cover,
the shiny stuff, the hologram.
Yeah, all the popular ones.
Totally.
They're cool, and there's different prints of them. So depending on what color the Bloodshot or whatever is, might be a first or second or third print.
Go grab it.
Yeah,
get it back.
It's cool.
Baby, come back.
It's very common, so I wouldn't pay more than $1 for it if you see it.
They made a lot of them. They made a lot of them for sure.
Because I've seen Bloodshot.
You can get in early and you can read it. I mean, just like Todd was saying, how he wants to collect the story. You can. That's what's cool about Valiant. I'll see Valiant in every dollar bin I've ever been in. There's some Valiant,
good,
something.
Though.
The stories are really good. That's how I found Ninjak. I thought Ninjak was really good, and then
Ninja K.
Yeah, Ninja K.
I say Ninjak. I've seen it both ways.
No, me too. Yeah, that's why I just go with the opposite of what he says.
It's like ninja. It's like ninja, and then there's a dot. It's not a period.
But sometimes there's not. But sometimes there's not.
Yeah, sometimes it's one.
They went straight to Ninjak. I want to say in 98.
They gave up.
They gave up on it. Yeah,
they're everybody's just saying. Ninjak.
But dude, the old school Ninjak, there's every 5th issue is dope. Like there's like a couple filler issues, but like every 5th issue, you can tell that they just like kind of really capitalize it because it's a good character. It's an interesting character. But the Matt Kent run, if you ever read the Matt Kent run in like 2004,
I say that's early. That was a while
2008.
ago.
It's solid, man. It's really solid.
He wrote a lot for that.
Weaponeer. It's really good. It's actually really good. I would highly recommend that.
Yeah, I want to check out some other Bloodshot stuff because I pulled the most recent Ninjak, which I forget who wrote that. And it did. It was good, and I did like it, but I was just like, it's not the same. But I don't know if it's just a Jeff Lemire thing, like his like. I might read the other Bloodshot stuff and go, oh no, Jeff just did something I really liked with the character. So I'm interested to see.
With Bloodshot, I have a feeling it has to do with Jeff Lemire. I've read a lot of Bloodshot.
Well, does it have like where he's like he forgets or like doesn't know?
That's
like,
the whole premise, right? Yeah,
that's right. Like
premise.
that's the like that. That's what I like about the character too. I love that you get to like issue 11. And it is the Jeff run or whatever, and I forget if it was Salvation or the regular one, but you get to like issue 10 or 11, and all of a sudden you're like, holy shit, this was all
like Christopher Nolan shit, like
where it's like
it's all not real.
Oh my god, it's like this was all a dream, kind of stuff.
It has that cool kind of Weapon X feel to it. For sure.
Yeah, it's fun.
I like the idea of going back because like that's 18 to 14 years ago for Matt Kent, because Matt Kent's he's just a behemoth right now. And I always like to go back to these older works by some of these like big names right now, and it is really interesting. Like you can see like where like, oh yeah, that's totally Matt Kent. And like still see like that DNA, even though their craft has come a long way since then. You could be like, oh, that's so Kintian. And even like, because I love Neil Gaiman, he seems to have always been brilliant, because it doesn't matter how far back I go for Neil Gaiman, it's just always great. But like we talked about like The Wake about Snyder, and it's just really cool how like it was still really good. It's maybe not as solid as he's gotten to some other things, but I love how it's.
But you can still the bones are still there.
Yeah, like and if anything, it's better in different ways because the rough edges haven't been shaved down yet.
That's how I felt when I was reading through his American Vampire, where I was just like, the whole time I'm like, this isn't as good as some of the newer stuff, good, but it's still like, and you can see like the progression too as you go on with it. It's really cool,
and you can really appreciate it once you kind of understand the writer or the artist, and then you like go back on their earlier career. It's like maybe it's something you would have looked over just as its own piece of work, but it's like that continuity of that talent and seeing that progression is super cool. Yeah. Dude, I don't know if you guys are you guys Frank Miller fans? I know.
Oh yeah.
No.
I just started reading. I've never read Frank Miller's Daredevil before.
That's one of the big runs. It's
with
great.
Klaus Janson, right? I'm a huge Sin City fan. So if you've ever read El Crudo, I don't know if you have, but the internal monologue, like it was definitely inspired by Marv, right? Totally. Definitely inspired by Marv. Say what you want about Frank Miller's speculations after 9/11 or whatever, but
sure.
I know that's probably not his finest work. But Sin City and there's a lot of tropes in there as well that are probably controversial, but how he like characterizes things and how he does composition and stuff. I went back and read the Daredevil, and Daredevil is totally within like early 80s page panel layouts, a lot of panels, you're talking like 8 to 12 panels per page.
Yeah, that's why I put the pause button on it when I started it, because it was at the time it was too much. Yeah, it was like, ooh,
it's a lot.
I can only do like one of those things like maybe a month. One of the like a lot of exposition,
which was great when it was monthly.
A lot of reading.
It's dense. but it's I don't think so. When it came out, everybody loved it, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think I would have loved it when it came out, because it's only when I see Sin City and then I see The Dark Knight and then I see Daredevil that I'm able actually to appreciate Frank Miller as a talent. And I think that's kind of what you're articulating, is like when you see them progress and you see them move forward as artists and as storytellers, it just resonates more.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when you look at old work, it just resonates more.
Yeah, it's more to take in, because there's that extra layer where, maybe the first time you read it, to be fair, the Snyder one wasn't fair because The Wake was basically what got me out of the big two, even though it was Vertigo, which was the big two. But it made me think outside of, like, it doesn't have to be Green Lantern or a cape. And it was like my breaking away point. But whereas something like
that way.
Yeah, whereas like with something like the Daredevil or these earlier works where
I'm sorry to interrupt, but was The Wake within the Karen Berger stretch in Vertigo? I think Karen Berger
I'm
kind of
not
spearheaded Vertigo.
Sure. Was
she already out? Was she already out by then?
I don't know, because this was back when I was just reading shit to read shit. I wasn't following people at the time. Yeah. And like I just was grabbing titles because like I was grabbing it. It was honestly, what's crazy is the burritos have gotten me to appreciate writers more than I had before. Because I've talked about this, especially early on. I followed titles and I followed Green Lantern, or I followed just like, this looks cool, and then grabbed it. And I wasn't plugged in because I don't do social media. I don't like, I'm very introverted in my every other time besides this.
You're talking to a hermit. You're talking to a hermit and Nick.
I'm a hermit when it comes to normal people. Like I don't do social media really. I followed books that looked interesting. I would look at previews and I would look at like synopsis. So like finding out later The Wake was by Scott Snyder, I was like, what the fuck? Like, oh, and then I really love Court of Owls. This is fucking crazy. Like all these dots.
Oh, hey, it's connected. The same guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. All these dots connected after Burrito started because we started talking about people and
then your dorkness kicked in.
An interesting switch when you.
I know how that goes. Wild. Then you're screwed. Yeah. Then you're screwed.
It's the same thing where it switches from like, buying just random stuff to being like, hey, when you tell your shop, you're like, hey, if Jeff Lemire writes something, I'll take it.
But I had
like, it's just like it doesn't matter what it is.
I had like 6,000 to 8,000 comics before we even started Burrito.
Yeah,
like I was deep.
Really?
I was deep into it before we ever.
And
started.
I wasn't.
I've been reading since I was 8. Like I've had a long comic book career, and I knew names. Like I wasn't like.
But it wasn't like something you follow.
But I never followed it. It wasn't something like I was like, oh, that's an author I can care about. Except for Neil Gaiman, I suppose. But I followed his novels. I didn't follow his comic books. That's what's crazy. Like, I love Sandman because I read Sandman because it was Neil Gaiman from the novels. But then I didn't keep, I didn't go farther than that.
I love that you bring up Neil Gaiman because for me, Neil Gaiman, like I've read quite a few. But for me, that's not an interesting arc for me. I don't find Neil Gaiman's literature career to be interesting. I don't know. There's a lot of good stuff in there, and I appreciate it. But what's interesting about it is that Sam Keith.
Oh,
right. Okay. Sam Keith got started. Well, he was doing early stuff.
Yeah.
And then Sam Keith, his art career took a huge arc really quick, and I think that's super interesting.
It is interesting.
Is Sam Keith's art career and how he kind of started, not started. I think he was doing work before he was working with Neil Gaiman.
But not the same.
Yeah, but like I think that Sam Keith really helped create that sensibility. I bought some other Neil Gaiman stuff of like some Sandman. I hate to use the word spin-offs, but like different versions of
The Dreaming, that kind of stuff.
I find them in dollar bins all the time, and I'll pick them up every time I find one. I'll pick them up, and they always
always working on my run of those. They're in the dollar bins all the time. Yeah.
But I cannot help compare it to that original Sam Keith.
Oh yeah,
Neil Gaiman stuff. So I'm nothing against Neil Gaiman. I'm sure he's a brilliant.
I have not.
You can have everything against him. It doesn't affect me. I love him.
I haven't read any Neil Gaiman, so you're fine.
Yeah, no, it's good. It's good. It's really good. It's really enjoyable.
I
but
may have at some point.
But for me, I was like immersed.
No,
I was
fine.
Although I remember when I first read it,
reading it and not liking it.
Yeah.
I did like it, and I was super immersed in it. But I realized later when I read like Wolverine Blood Honey that I was immersed in Sam Keith's like just drippiness of just like
I've just looked into it a few times, and it's very overwhelming to the point where I'm like, at some point I'm gonna decide it's Sandman time. And and maybe, now that I'm not having to read books every week and stay so up on top of stuff, maybe that's coming sooner. So we'll see. Yeah, it's one of those intimidating things that I want to do, but
yeah, and it's tough. Like where do you get in? You know what I mean? Like it's
number one, right?
Yeah, they got the trade paperbacks, but they don't call them number ones. They'll call them like Todd will pull it up. Todd will educate us. Todd will educate us on where to start.
There it is. With Sandman number one.
Yeah, but you're not going to pull a Sandman number one. You're going to pull, what's the trade? What's the trade?
Omnibus. That's what I'm at. I'm at the point where it's like I need to just buy the omnibus. Was that a holographic cover? Wait. Go back one more.
No.
Oh, really I thought that was like a hollow cover at first.
Best one.
What's that one?
Death.
Dude, are those hard covers, man?
No, these are my singles of 1 through 10.
He's got them in top loaders.
In top loaders. Because it's my prized comic collection. It's the thing I would save after my wife and children and dogs and cats.
That's respectable. Is that Sam Keith on there? Artist?
Yes. I just talked about how I don't do names.
Oh,
we just talked about this.
Yeah, no, I don't know if he came on issue 1 or not, but I'd be super interested to know.
This is where to start. It's 1 through 10 is like the thing, and this is what I recommend. It sucks.
Hardcover.
I get it's a lot.
Pop open the cover page. I'd love to see the cover page of that. That's a beautiful book, dude.
Oh, it's gorgeous. There's 3 volumes of this. And it goes through. Sandman, Neil Gaiman, Volume 1.
Pretty.
And it's glorious. Neil Gaiman, written by Neil Gaiman, illustrated by Sam Keith, first name.
Yeah.
Mike Dringenberg, Malcolm. There's so many illustrators on this. It's wild.
Yeah, that Sam Keith run.
Those are all the illustrators. Because I think Sam Keith is the OG.
I got that in the trade paperback, and I got that maybe I want to say 20 years ago. What year is it? 2022.
But
he's just
because Sam Keith is the OG. I think he's the
yeah.
and
Anyway,
it's great. It's gorgeous, and this is the only comic I've spent any real money on, but it wasn't to flip. It wasn't to invest. It's because I adored this comic.
You want it, yeah.
And I wanted it. So I thought
it should be. Yeah, totally.
It was the first time I ever had, I don't want to say fuck you money because I didn't have fuck you money. It was the first time in my life that I can spend a little bit of money and not have an anxiety attack tomorrow.
You mean you had a career?
If I can. I had a stable job that allowed me to have slightly more income than I had outcome.
Dude, I did the same thing with KRUDO. Like the same thing. Like I'd written this thing. I used to try to send it to like short story publishers to try to get published. Nobody touched it. And then I finally got a job, like a good job. And I saved up like a couple $100. I'm like, I'm fucking doing KRUDO.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's the same thing. Instead of me buying the comics, I tried to make my comic, and
that's awesome.
I don't know if I'm successful yet, but I'm really happy with the process.
Hey, it's dope. So that's what's up,
dude. Are you making stuff, or are you editing, or
I
know you're doing you're actively editing comics, right?
I am. I'll show off a couple things that I'm doing. So I am proofing comics. I have a couple I can't talk about right now that I'm in the middle of proofing. But I also proofed Holiday Spirits, Cthulhu Invades Wonderland. I think those are the ones I can talk about. Okay. And then I have a couple in the works right now. I just picked up another job yesterday, actually, which was cool. And I also did the logo for Canceled.
Dope.
David Burns from Black Caravan, published by Scout. I did that. And I did it on this as well.
Yeah, that's awesome, man.
And I put them in Mylar. I got them in archival. I don't do that for too many books, but I did it for these babies because it was a very surreal moment to have. And it's also on the back of the book.
Canceled.
And on the inside of it, and it's got my name. Nope, this is all mirrored and hard to do. Right there.
Dope.
It's very cool. So yeah, I bought this from my comic book shop, which was a super weird, crazy experience. And I almost had because I was also working at the comic shop that day, and if I wasn't, I probably would have been this is a big milestone in my life. And I basically did that while holding back the tears. But it was very cool. So yeah.
Yeah, dude, that's awesome, man. Hey, congrats.
Thanks, it's cool.
That's pretty cool. If I ever need any logo design, I'll let you know. You know what? The new logo design that we did with that really new title,
cool. Dude, that new really title. Tight.
You like that one?
I do.
Dude, that's our third or fourth iteration. At first I was thinking bamboo, Kung Fu style bamboo. That was my natural concept, and then I'm like, I want an 8 fist with fire coming off the thing, and I want that to be the eye. I want a crazy 8 fist punching something, and I want that to be the eye. And I want it to be a Street Fighter punch and
Hadouken.
So if I were to give you that kind of that's the extent of my logo feedback.
Yeah, let's do it. Yeah, let's go.
All right. Next time I got a title, I'll let you know, dude. But no, I'm super stoked that you're able to do that. I think you're got some talent, so I hope you're getting paid for it.
Thanks. I am. But yeah, this I asked because I liked this so much. The only issue was if anybody sees my graphics, I just take it from the title and I rip it off of it. Since this was on a dark background and it had this really cool drop shadow, that's why I reached out. You're the first person in months that I've reached out to be hey, can you give me your logo? Because I want to be able to do it. Because I would have had to have made this drop shadow proper, and it would have been a whole thing. Which is why I asked you for it, because it's fucking rad. Totally. And I wanted to do it justice because it looks really clean and really cool.
Yeah, we spent some time on that. We went through some different fonts. I didn't want the font to be driving stuff. I wanted the jaw. I've ever since the first time I wrote El KRUDO, I wrote it, and instead of the U, I drew a jawbone. That was just for some reason. I just wanted to have a jaw.
Yeah, it's cool.
And then I wanted to put a fang in it, so you didn't really know if it was a monkey or if it was a man, right?
Yep.
Because that's the whole thing about El KRUDO is you don't want to, it's
blurs the lines. Yeah.
And I don't know if I have an old version of the I might or I might not. Let me see. Maybe I don't have the old version. So I have 2 or 3 different versions of that. So we took a we took a font that we liked. Yeah, right in the crotch, dude.
Yeah, right in the crotch section.
I'd rather be
that gap though.
Dude, we took a font that we liked that we thought was clean, basic, simple, and then we tweaked it because we didn't want any copyright stuff. So you see the K, the K, how it has a bent little crook, and the R has a bent little crook. We combined 2 different fonts for that. So we took one font, we cut and paste, put another font on there, and then we put a bunch of like just like random like messy dots because we really want El Crudo just to feel like I don't know, just like not clean,
Yeah, no, it's a dirty.
Like you're in the jungle.
He's doing the dirty. Like
yeah. So that's that's what we're thinking anyway. But yeah, we talk about this stuff.
That's issue 6.
That's right.
It's funny because we talk about like all these little details, and like it's really just like us that talk about it. Like I don't really talk. Oh, dude, I found it.
Yeah.
Let me show you the original.
OG, let's go.
OG time.
This was back in 2010, I think.
Oh, look at that.
Nice.
So I've always drawn it with the
jawbone. I love it.
Always drawn it. So it's always just to be like super scraggly.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's better today. I think that's pretty legit too. Maybe one day I'll do a variant with that one. Maybe.
Issue 12 with like the OG option as like a B cover would be awesome.
It could be
or
cool.
if you do the garage edition,
honestly,
that's perfect for it.
Dude, honestly, right now I just need people getting the regular edition, dude. Like,
yeah, that's fair.
I think we have a good book, dude. I think we have a good book, man. I got 70 backers.
I think it'd be a good cover, the original on 12.
I think the fact that you can get the physical for $12 is awesome compared to a lot of Kickstarters that are like $20 and you can have 20 pages. It's like,
you know what I think we're observing. You know what I think we're observing is that I think the product's pretty good. Like there's a lot of competition. I admit there's a lot of competition.
Oh, there's tons.
There's a lot of really good books. And I don't want to put anything down on anybody's books.
There's no shortage of amazing out there.
Right. I think our book's pretty good. I think our book is definitely above the 50th percentile in terms of crowdfunded books. And I think that the price point is also above the 50th percentile.
Yep.
That being said, I think that our backer count is probably in the 25th percentile.
Yeah, no, it doesn't balance.
It doesn't balance. So I think what we're observing is my horrible sales and marketing abilities to get people to actually read the book. Because honestly, like, dude, Todd, you've read the book, man. It's like,
no, it's great.
If I tell you that it's an orangutan in Vietnam, that doesn't really say what the book is. That doesn't really describe the.
No, it doesn't. That's especially at least 1 through 4. It doesn't. It doesn't show what you're getting out of it because it should be like it. Instead of saying orangutan in Vietnam, it should be orangutan in Apocalypse Now. I get that it doesn't seem like it's much of a difference, but it's a big difference. It is a big difference. It's a tonal difference. Orangutan in Apocalypse Now, because
there's this existential shit that we're adding to it.
Yeah, no, there's way more.
That is actually that's the core. That's the core of it is this crazy existentialism.
Because what you're setting up is more of a Garth Ennis type book where it's like it's war. It's done really well, but it's war. Whereas what you're talking about is like more Apocalypse Now, where like there's shit going on. It's not some. He might be very patriotic, but it isn't like America, Vietnam, flag, let's go. There's a lot of meat on that jawbone.
Yeah, there's some meat. There's some meat on that jawbone. I mean, we'll see. I mean, all I want to do is make books, dude. I think we're getting good at making books. I just want to keep making books. Man.
It might end up, I bet, in 3 to 4 years, whenever 12 is out, you will have something amazing. Worst case scenario, you'll have something amazing to pitch at places to be like, here's fucking 12 issues at your face. Read it. And tell me it's not worth.
Yeah, that's the best part. That's the best part, dude. When I dropped EK1, like, people were like, okay, yeah, that's cool. But like now, if you're coming on now, and you're coming on this late, well, now you get EK 1 through 5. So you can sit there and you can see like the whole thing. And that's a whole different experience than getting just EK 1. You know
that's how I was with, when was the first time you were on 3 or 4? I can't remember, but I remember churning through El Crudo and being like, was it 3? And I remember being like, it's great.
That's why I was curious about the trade, because I agree. I think at this point in time, once you're at 5, it's like to get a new person, you got to have that. But having that catch-up bundle like you have is kind of solves the problem.
I've spent $30 for way less on Kickstarter.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I don't want price to be a barrier at all, man. Like honestly, like I think that so right now, honestly, it's like us, like the Burrito, like I got a couple other friends, and then like my like old school friends. And like we're all like barely keeping this pirate shit afloat. But I think that other people would appreciate it. The problem is there's just so much stuff out there. It's just like
and that's super hard trudge right there.
It's super hard to just make any headway. And I'm okay because I mean honestly right now like we're self-funded. EK4 is profitable. I'm pretty sure EK3 is going to be profitable, or EK5, excuse me. I'm going to run. I'm not going backwards. I'm going to run an Indiegogo as well. I already have some other stuff lined up.
Cool.
So I'm not losing money, but it's I just think that more people. I don't know. I don't make these things to like make money or like stick them under my bed.
But it's to get people to read it.
Yeah, I'm trying to share a story with people, and it's like, how do I get people to read it? I think more people would like it. I really do. I don't know. It's just tough, man. It's catch-22. It's super hard to get. And I know there's like some super like shady shortcuts to get people to read your book, and I'm not signing up for that sell your soul crap.
Right.
I think Nick knows what I'm talking about. But
how can you sell your soul in comics? That's crazy.
So I mean, I guess I'm just going to keep making the book, and whatever happens, happens. But
no, it's great.
Yeah.
I have to pee. Are we chugging? Are we going to keep going, or are we wrapping this burrito? Because you seem like you're about to fall down.
Yeah, I'm good.
All right.
But if you guys want to keep going, that's fine. But
no, I need to pee, and it's been a long day. So let's wrap the burrito. It has been. I can't explain how I love the timing, because we decided this comic burrito change after we had already booked this night, and when we figured out May is the switchover, I was like, that is perfect, because Manny is a perfect last, like, here's this version of burrito, wrapping it up, sticking it in the fridge, and like it's great. So it's been,
dude, last time
awesome.
I think I did like the 50th stream. I think it was the 50th stream. The
yeah,
last time I was on a stream, it was like a big deal too.
Yeah. So it's
and we ended up talking about hot sauce.
We milestone with Manny. So we'll have to have you. I'm excited. We'll have to have you on again when the trade hits next Kickstarter, obviously.
Let's get through this one, man.
Yeah, let's just get through. All right, we'll get through it. Yeah, that's fair. But no, I can't wait to talk to you again in whatever iteration the comic burrito is in at the time. You're awesome. The book is awesome. If you're on replay, fucking go back this shit. Get in on it, because it's really awesome. And we'll see you next week when we play Jackbox. And we'll see you Wednesday when we release the interview with Adam Barnhart about... Oh, no, I was going to make a reference that you need to watch the video for before I could make the reference. For Moonspawn and the Defenders of the Dark.
Oh, gnarly.
Part of the shit show universe. It's great.
That's a cool one.
So yeah. And follow El KRUDO on Twitter. It's in the description, as is the Kickstarter link. Go fucking do that shit.
Go back that.
Yeah, go back it. Thanks all for joining.
Thanks for hanging out and drinking and talking trash, man. Always a pleasure.
Yeah. Same as well. I'm Todd.
I'm Nick.
Manny.
And this has been Comic Burrito.